You guys think that if you're unhappy, that's a good reason to leave a marriage? See?
I don't think you're gonna be happy all the time. So I don't. It depends. How long have I been unhappy?
Right.
Because my kids are seeing that.
Right.
I think that matters too. Like
most things I think
there's a lot of people.
It don't have anything to do with age, getting married too late. People don't have the intestinal fortitude for marriage. You get up there and say these vows. It's duty and responsibility, time and pain. It's the kids. It's the rearing. It's lineage and legacy. That's a joke in itself.
But is that not part of the kids?
So
your kids are a direct reflection of you. So if my kids are seeing me unhappy, now what?
What are you talking about?
Because you said happiness in the marriage because you just said that kids are part of it, right?
Let me explain it to you. You're conflating your happiness with how the kids are treated, right? I'm not even talking about the kids. I'm talking about you being happy, right? I just said that about sex, so don't act like you can't do it about everything else. So now that we have a baseline with that, you can fake it till you make it in front of them kids all the time. Now, kids have discernment. I understand that, but happiness doesn't mean everything has to be egregious in the household. However, we know ebb and flow. Is that a thing, or are we dismissing postpartum?
Postpartum depression.
Do we have menopause?
Right.
And so you guys go through these ebb and flow periods where your happiness is intrinsically not working.
But that's why I agree.
But I'm just saying. But you put it on the kids. Like, no, answer my question directly based on happiness itself.
I did, but I said it depends on how long I've been unhappy. Raising my kids in a house where there's no happiness is not
selfish.
That's not life goals.
No,
just for the sake to say I have a husband. Are you serious?
No, you made a commitment under the Most High God, right? Unless you don't believe.
Who cares about the commitment if I'm unhappy and I'm dying inside?
No, don't interrupt. Don't interrupt, Melly. Sorry, Nikki. What you say?
I'm not staying unhappy for 10 months. I'm talking about 10 years.
Well, I've stayed unhappy for a very, very long time. But who is going to continuously stay in an unhealthy marriage where you're burning inside, you're dying inside, you done forgot who you are, you done forgot your self-worth, and you're just super unhappy, like depressed to that point, just to say I have a husband and I have a family?
But I think that we know how hoes are created. Callie said it earlier. Something about they ain't had their daddy, their daddy didn't love them. That's one. Secondly, most of these hoes been hurt by a man. Just like these niggas that been hurt by women, they become hoes. It's the same thing.
Savage.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Even with what Callie is saying, the lack of love, hopelessness, a deficit, desperation. That's all the same umbrella. I'm desperate for the love of a real man because a man never loved me. So I'm out there searching for the love of a man. But because I don't know how to properly find love from a man because I never experienced it. So now from these worst experiences that I've had and the damage that I've had from men, I'm telling you now, I'm only going to use them for what I like them for because there's no possibility that they could ever even try to love me correctly. And I'm so lost on love, so in the deficit, I'll be desperate. And a lot of women have seen this. The girl come up here, Hank, remember the girl that came up here who was cosplaying a man? She was a whole butch, calling the women male-centered up here. You're trying to become them niggas. Talk about worship when you think you're fucking up a storm because you're a man and you're acting like a man. That's male worship down to the ground.
So the women who are promiscuous, are we saying they're all desperate?
Majority. I'm not saying that, but I know.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like in my point in my life, I feel like I was being groomed to cater to him.
So at 18, when did you guys break up or stop doing each other?
When I was 21, turning 22.
So you were for about 3 to 4 years. How did you upgrade him?
Oh shit.
I think that I gave him a different perspective.
Well, you also feel like after you dated him, I upgraded you, and then all these women want you after what I did for you.
Stop it.
Bro, he was 18, bro. Like, you grilling him, bro. What the fuck?
No,
because it's hard to imagine an 18-year-old girl upgrading a 28-year-old man, but then like you left curious, what could you have possibly really done to a man that age? Like, you don't have no money, you 18, you don't have much knowledge, you 18.
But what we're witnessing is cognitive dissonance. So there's no way you admonish the man by saying that you upgraded him and then in another breath say he groomed you. Those two things are diametrically opposed, right? And then you said age don't matter, people could be wise beyond their years. However, when Tamia gave you the bail money about you being 18, you're like, yeah, I was just 18. Nah, because remember you just said that you had the wisdom and understanding of somebody older than that, which is what you would be able to bestow on him, right? Ooh. So these things are conflicting when we saying them. Did you actually upgrade him, or was you mad and talking shit to him because he cheated on? Are most of us cowards? Are most of us willing to kill and die for our wife and children? Are we willing to defend ourselves? Do we know what it looks like when shit is hitting the fan? Do we know when danger is actually upon us? How many dangerous situations have we been in to tell? Do we know who we are in these ways? I'm gonna just tell y'all this. If you are in a real life situation and a person approaches you after an aggressive conversation, get yourself in a position in which you can defend yourself properly. So don't stay in a position that doesn't give you any advantage but put you at a disadvantage. Don't ever do that. see people picking and choosing, you know? So if I'm going to approach you in an aggressive manner, then I should stay that way. Or else you look bad. That shit look corny. That shit don't look good for men. Because it's like, damn, is there a low-level threat of violence between men for real? But that's the word. We pump faking, we half stepping. That shit take away from our strength, our bravado, when we don't know how this shit's supposed to go. So this is a thing that I just been trying to process, man. Don't sleep on nobody and be ready. Be ready as you can. The man says he got cheated on, and you tell him he's the reason why he got cheated on because she didn't feel like she was getting enough emotional support from him, and you justify him getting cheated on.
And like I said, that's unfortunate. But the person that he
got cheated on, you would have been like, "Girl, that nigga ain't shit."
No, first of all, you don't know me, so you don't know what I would have said. I would have asked, well, what happened? What did you do? What did he do? I was trying to get the full story. But to just go on this I hate women train, I'm not about to do that. Like I said, give us the full details. But to just act like everything was just shine the rainbow, sorry, Uno, but it's more to it.
Right.
So I just want you to realize real quick, she was emotionally deprived. You think
and then she entered a relationship with him.
But no, you can't add that speculation on. What we do know, based on what he shared, and somehow you're saying he emotionally deprived her. You think that correlates?
Because before she probably sexually had that experience with that man, she probably emotionally attached herself to him.
Why would you think that?
Because as y'all like to just say that women just go and just be loose and just have sex.
You do. Remember we had the conversation.
But the majority of women, they are going to emotionally, the majority of women going to emotionally attach themselves to a man.
How?
And then have the intercourse.
How do you know that?
Because I know. The same way y'all know. The same way that y'all know everything that y'all done talked about all
No, what I'm saying is, how do you know that, and how can you justify that based on women's behavior?
Because it's statistics. Somebody do the research.
If she has a dream about me cheating, am I at fault now?
You did that shit.
You did that shit, nigga. You did that shit in your past life, man.
Damn, boy. So he got hit with a honey bun and it's his fault. Okay.
That's like a boomerang.
I mean, I don't know his situation. How much would you say yes or no?
Well, she let another man put his penis in her vagina. He didn't ask her to do it. She just went and did it because or whatever.
So, I mean, I don't know how necessarily it's his fault unless he, maybe he's seen the signs and just chose to ignore them. But other than that, like, I'm pretty sure you left after you found out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did the right thing.
Stepping away from it. So, is that an assurance for a partner? Is that an option as well? Like,
fellas,
like open book?
I got you. Real quick. Hey, fellas, if you dealing with a woman and she call you a partner, get up out of there. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Let me log in that joint whenever I feel like it. Yeah, I think that will work for sure. Yo, that accountability helps people too. If you know somebody else is looking at this shit, like how you reply, what you reply to, the bullshit, right? So like, for instance, this might be risky. Callie and I can see it, and my wife can see it. Now, I don't even really look at it that much because I know that they be looking at it. But also, bullshit get flushed. You know what I'm saying? It like take a weight off you, Right? Because temptation.
Oh, we can kill all this. We can kill all this. Say do you want to be next?
Anytime you ready, baby. I was supposed to be there.
Ooh, I'm with it. I'm with it. We can do it.
Knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. He hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaws been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Man, dude. Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast. Incredible. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Yo, check. Can y'all hear me? Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.
Yeah. It's a podcast. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. Let's go. This might be risky. No, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
Run, it's a stampede! DJ HAMP, the stampede. DJ HAMP, the stampede.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ HAMP, the Stampede, Big Aaron, Mr. Fantastic. We in the building. Fellas, what's popping?
Nothing to it, man. Just want to first start off by saying happy Memorial Day to those here in Conus. And always remember the purpose of the holiday is to keep in our memory those who are KIA, killed in action, MIA, missing in action to this day, and POW, prisoners of war. So shout out to y'all, man. The desert and the jungle does some strange shit with bodies, and some people, they never got to come home ever again. So shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. I'm drinking. I've been trying to drink all day, Aaron, because you said it in that chat. But I'm already feeling a buzz though.
Take it easy. We're just getting started.
Wow. Mr. Fantastic, what's good, King? What's popping?
Yo, what up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man? Why you in that little car, man? Where you at?
Little car?
Like your head on the roof.
Yeah, nah.
You home? You away? Where you at, man? What foreign country?
I'm away, man.
I'm
still I'm in Orlando, bro. I'm still in Orlando.
You with the kiddos?
Yeah.
You wait, y'all with the Disney World?
Don't play with me, bro. My son had a tournament.
Oh, what you mean? Don't play with you?
What I look like going to Disney World? or my second.
Wait, so you hit me with a how dare you?
Yeah, how fucking dare you? What?
Why can't they go to Disney World?
That's crazy. For one, they're both too old for that shit at this point. So yeah, no.
Yo, man, that shit. My wife talking about she want to go. I said, you know how many people that is? Fuck that shit, nigga. You depending on how many kids you have, you disqualified.
Of money.
Yeah. What is it, like a $5,000 trip, right?
Yeah, fuck that, bro. Something like that, bro. Like I said, it's not the it's like the boarding, because usually like people stay down there or whatever, but like it's all of the different parts, because you know it's like Disney World, there's Epcot, then there's some other shit or whatever. So it's not really quote unquote Disney World. It's all the rest of the things. And then, if you don't want to stand in line for a long time and they charge you fucking $50 for a pizza. So yeah, that shit ain't worth it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, the kid don't even know it exists. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what I don't be understanding when people be taking toddlers to Disney World. I'm like, why?
Yeah. And the thing is,
They not gonna remember this shit.
You don't have commercials like we used to either. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like when they watch TV, it's just whatever they watching. It ain't a bunch of fucking commercials and shit. They don't even know that shit is out there. I told them niggas that, listen, Disney World is the same thing as Six Flags. They say, okay, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Even Six Flags be taxing you. Damn, man. Well, salute to the 70 people in the building. We only have 31 likes. We need to make sure that we hit the like button. That helps the channel the most. Salute to the people who tuned into the DJ set. Feel me? Let me see something real quick. Let's get into this, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get it popping, man. Y'all, how y'all feeling? Are y'all feeling good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that keep it thorough got me in the mood, man. I appreciate that shit. That shit. Yeah.
Oh, you would have liked that whole set too. You tuned in. You tuned in at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you tuned in at the end. Yeah, the whole set was.
I picked up. We're halfway through KRS.
Okay.
Yeah. I was digging it, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, keep it thorough. That was the punctuated perfectly.
Niggas don't understand, man. Yo, Aaron, these down south niggas don't understand, bro. Prodigy was the best rapper for 2 years straight. They don't know that shit, bro. They don't understand. Yo, they be talking like people compare to Nas. Like they think that they be like, oh well, no, it's arguable. No, the fuck it's not.
No,
it's not arguable. Like it's not arguable. Like nobody is close to Nas, son.
Nah.
Like look at him rolling his eyes and all that. You see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The fuck what the fucking Project Pat do with Nas? Like it is. Oh, there you go. Yo, yeah. Just in time, nigga. Yeah, I was talking about you. I stopped the set to talk about Shad. I paused the set to say Shad got the unmitigated gall to say, I don't listen to Nas like that. I don't know. What are you saying, nigga? Why you saying that out loud like that's a flex? Huh?
Crazy.
Look at your man. Hold on. Look at your man with this nonchalant face. What's up with you?
Bro, down south niggas don't fuck with New York niggas like that because they was always on some big bro, little bro shit.
Yo, listen to me. Listen to me. It's Nas though. You see what I'm saying? It's like saying, arguably, Deion Sanders is the best cornerback. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter where you from. You don't argue that. Jerry Rice, number one. You don't argue. I'm not done, nigga. I'm not done. You got to delay and all that. You don't argue that. You see what I'm saying? You accept it as fact, and then you talk about number two. Go ahead.
Yeah. So again, the point would be that
now he trying to be sophisticated.
We don't listen to them niggas. We didn't. I'm telling you, we didn't listen to them niggas. I didn't hear my first Jay-Z album until I was like in my senior year of high school.
What we talking about, Nas?
Because yeah, but Nas. Well, okay, Nas is just the same. Nobody was listening to Illmatic down south, bro. They just weren't. They weren't listening to that shit.
That don't make sense for us.
The most Nas we knew was fucking Carl Kanai commercials.
Yo,
that's what down south niggas knew about.
Yo,
Nas.
that don't make no sense. We too old for that, Mr. Fantastic.
It makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't.
Makes perfect sense. It's regional. We telling you.
All right, let me see.
I'm telling you.
All right, I'm gonna kick you off the stream.
Even Pimp C told you.
Let me say this to you real quick. Finish this line, okay? You ready? Are you listening?
Listening.
Nasty Nas, the Esco to Escobar. Now he is.
Don't know.
Are you fucking serious? Are you
No,
serious?
I don't know them.
You don't know?
Yeah. I have to listen. I have to be listening to the fucking song in order to. Yeah, no.
Yo, man, listen,
Nah,
bro. Y'all need to get. Y'all don't even know y'all history, man.
Just telling you, man. And I wouldn't even argue. I wouldn't argue that. Like I said, Nas is definitely one of, that wouldn't be arguable. I wouldn't argue that. But what I'm just telling you is that he was not heavy on the playlist of niggas below the Mason-Dixon line. Just was not.
Y'all basically didn't listen to rap.
Oh, we listened to rap. Yeah, we definitely listened to rap.
No, you didn't.
Because I mean, no matter how you cut it, this guy named Scarface is definitely top 5 all time. So let's not act like, same thing with Under 3000. So again, let's not act like we did not have our own.
Why you smirk? You know that's bullshit, right? Why?
What's bullshit?
Okay.
You're not putting five artists in front of. You're not putting 5 artists in front of Scarface or Under 3000.
All right,
real fast, you can.
Let's do this shit, cause you. Yo, okay, you ready? Are you listening?
Yeah, let's go.
You ain't been listening all day, obviously. Nas, Hove.
Okay.
We good so far?
Questionable.
What? Get the
questionable.
You're not being real. Nah, this is. Come on, bro. Nah,
I said questionable.
I said Jay-Z.
I said questionable. I'm giving it to you. You got.
Wait.
You got 2 more to go. You got 2 more to go.
Yo, Aaron, he's already playing Fugazi. He said Hove is questionable.
You got 2 more to go. Just give
it's
me
not.
2 more.
Yo, come on, man.
Give me 2 more.
Yo, you said. Wait, hold on. You said questionable with Hove, right?
Yeah. And I like Jay-Z.
If Hove is questionable,
we got 2 more names.
If Hove is questionable, then we can't even have a conversation. Like, honestly.
Well, just give us 2 more names. Just give us the 2 more names. We're gonna see. Just come up with. I feel like you're trying to bail out.
Rakim.
I think those are the 2 safe names.
Rakim,
KRS-One, Jizza, Cannabis, Big L. I mean, we can do this all night, man. Come on.
DMX.
Okay. No.
Jada Kiss.
No, lyrically, no. DMX, no.
What?
No.
What are you saying, bro?
X does not belong in that conversation.
It's crazy.
What the fuck is you saying?
Yo, we got you at damn near 10 right now.
X,
all in front of all.
X is definitely not belonging in this convo.
Face is good. Allah is a legend. We just ran off damn near 10 out the gate, boom, done. Face didn't even know where they came from or where they went.
You only ran off like 6. You only ran off like 6, and then X is not in the conversation.
X is definitely
Jadakiss. No, because Jadakiss X is not a better lyricist than never been.
You're not saying you're not. Bro. Hold on, Aaron. Aaron, is he saying bar for bar? Is he talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about. He talking about any metric. He's tripping.
Yo, are you saying bar for bar? Is that what you hinging your argument on?
What? X has never been in the greatest lyricist conversation.
Wait. I thought you were talking about over. Are you saying bar for bar? You want to put Andre against who? KRS-One? What?
Crazy.
Whoever.
Crazy.
Even KRS-One. No, for one, that fucking philosophical, logical, boom bap bullshit, bro. No one want to hear that shit.
We found it.
Bullshit. No bullshit.
This is sick, bro. You sick.
It's a reason why KRS-One dropped off and never came back, bro.
What you talking?
Nobody wanted to hear that shit. He lost to Nelly.
Small hats was sick of
him. He
tried to have a beef. He tried to have a beef with Nelly, and Nelly was like, "Get out of here, big nose, nigga."
KRS-One is a professor at Harvard, nigga.
As is the Jizza. Both of them. Yep.
Yo, what is you saying, my nigga? You bugging. Craziness. But you know you bugging.
Nobody want to hear that KRS-One shit.
But you know what? Based on the topic that you came up with, I knew you was going to be on this type of time anyway.
What?
I knew it. I knew you was gonna be wild.
Capitalist has returned.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. All y'all off for work. The white man let y'all off today. So, salute to everybody in the chat. Tiff, Aaliyah, Bino was popping. Salute to Mahogany, Mimi, Deucey. Pride was good, my G. I gotta play one of your shits too. Black America, salute. Machine in the building. Rainbow Kid was popping. Asia, we see you. Hope all is well, man. I know I missed a bunch of people. Mr. Fantastic got me off my square and my cadence. I usually say hi to y'all, but he came with this blast for me, So, you know what I'm saying? I hope he rip his shorts on the way to where he got to go. You know what I mean? AC was popping. Salute. I'm dropping this link. We expect full participation today. Let's get it popping, man. Queen T, what up? Blue Jay, what up?
It's a stampede! DJ Ham the Stampede. DJ Ham the Stampede.
Mel, you already know. I forgot what this show was about because of him. Go ahead, Mr. Vitale. Why don't you give the intro, nigga, since you done. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
so,
man.
What up?
So basically, the NAACP is requesting that collegiate athletes change their schools to pretty much non-Republican states or whatnot, what have you, because of the Voting Rights Act law that was repealed and the redistricting that occurred from it, right? The problem with this is, especially understanding how recently the NIL deal started, right? Or the NIL program. And most importantly, not giving anything other than just don't go to those schools, boycott those schools over poor political strategy, understanding, logic, and everything. It's just a dumb idea, bro, that a lot of people, prominent people, these talking heads, you know, the Democratic puppets, are out here trying to push and guilt trip families and, like I said, again, young black college athletes into somehow boycotting schools that fall in the Republican states.
So they're saying don't go to the University of Texas.
Don't go to Texas. Don't go to Georgia. Don't go to any of these places to where they were in support of the redistricting, pretty much.
Okay, so wherever the
pretty much all SEC teams, and you know, for the most part.
Are they calling the redistricting gerrymandering?
That's what they're trying to say, but that's literally what it was. It was they ungerrymandered racial gerrymandering. That's what happened.
Oh, you're saying that they made the districts more diverse?
Yeah, that's literally what it was. You can't, the Voting Rights Act that was put together was basically, they actually held it to the standard of what it was meant for. You can't base a district based off race-based principles. That's illegal. So they upheld that through the Supreme Court, and pretty much so many seats were lost just off the redistricting, i.e. the most famous one I think will be Jasmine Crockett.
Are you saying lost?
Run for Senate.
Sorry, are you saying lost? Or are you saying she lost the campaign?
No, she lost. Once she lost the district, right? So what's happening is a lot of these districts were made off of racial things. So once you do the redistricting or the remapping, it eliminates districts. So that's what happened to Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett couldn't rerun. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, redistricting, who did it favor?
Republicans for the most part.
So now what is the reason why it was done then? To favor who it favored or to be less racist?
No, so that's what it was. So the way that it was district was racist, based off of racist principles, and saying, hey, we're going to district the maps this way so that black people have people to pick from their thing or whatnot, what have you. Right?
Yes.
I.e., like I said, Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett lost the district, so she couldn't rerun as a congressperson. That's why she ran for Senate.
Yeah.
So when you redistrict it properly, right, a lot of these seats that are automatically Democratic to where it's going to be a Democratic seat regardless, they were lost. And that's why the Democrats are so mad because, pretty much if you had an all-black district, we know where that was going to go. So now if you do it according to just the general reasoning and you don't do it by racial lines or whatever, right? And you just do it by, I guess, zip code or zones or however you want to do it. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's a problem because that seat isn't automatically going to be a Democratic seat anymore.
Okay. Now, what lines did they use?
I have to get to the details because it's going to be different by state. That's why I couldn't tell you. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much my understanding is they zoned it according to whatever the maps that were made up, and those, like I said, vary per state. So I couldn't tell you what it would be or what the criteria that was used in order to do the redistricting or remapping. But that's what happened.
So that's the thing, right? The criteria seems to be unclear. So whose agenda did the criteria serve? See,
it didn't serve an agenda. Well, I'll say this, right? So the problem was like in somewhere, and they talked about it on CNN. And somebody in the chat, I can't see the chat, but somebody in the chat can enlighten us. To where a black candidate ended up winning. It just happened to be it was a Republican candidate, but it was a black candidate. And they asked her directly. They was like, well, hey, according to this redistricting, a black candidate was elected. How is that racist? And they said, yeah, it's still racist. A black woman said that it was racist. You know what I'm saying? So again,
because he could be a coon.
Well, why would it be assumed that he'd be a coon just because he's not a Democrat?
Well, I don't know if they assumed. I would assume they know what he was running on.
Well, no, I know. We clearly know black people don't know shit about what anybody's running on. Damn. They just vote for them because they're black or they're Democrat. And those are the biggest coons. The Democrats are the biggest coons by far.
What you think, Aaron?
So the coon shit can't be the reason why they're not getting voted for.
Hey, just because black people don't necessarily know what a person's running on doesn't still mean that they couldn't possibly be a coon based on what they're running on. And B, I don't see any real other way to objectively redistribute lines and borders other than to use something like zip codes or, look at a map and look at something that's objective, finite, and other than that, you're serving some kind of agenda. Even if you change the lines due to income or due to like even schooling, I would suggest. Even school districts can feed into someone's narrative. You'd have to go to like something very numerical. And if they haven't been able to do that in a way that we understand that's clear, then I don't trust any of it.
So I guess, when they saying weaken the vote, here's what when I went. So like Rainbow Kid says this, right? I'm thinking it's because the black populace has to kind of vote together, right? To have impact. Because because of the lack of population, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you redistrict it and you don't define why and what and how, what was used, what other speculation should people come to?
Exactly.
Well, no. Well, I'm not saying that it wasn't defined, Hamp. I just don't, like I said, I don't know if it's the formula for each state was the same. So like as Aaron said, I would surmise that for the most part, it would just be regional and zip code wise, right? What was happening though is specifically, and they were targeting things to get more, as Aaron used on the other side, demographics, earnings, and things that were clearly to where they were building the black vote up by that way, which would be the same gerrymandering that black people seem to hate. But so you can't have it both ways. You can't be cool with gerrymandering if it gives you a seat and a representative in Congress, right, or a district, but then have a problem when gerrymandering don't go your way. You can't have it both ways, huh?
I would agree, right? But you can't undo gerrymandering that isn't in favor of you by doing gerrymandering that isn't in favor, right? Two wrongs don't make a right. If you're going to undo gerrymandering, you have to reset back to something objective like zip coders. You know what I mean? In order to right a wrong or two, you just do it by employing a right.
Who want the? All right, yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. See, when things were being done, these are when people had less rights, right? They were being literally deliberately targeted. So now you do a thing, right, to be partisan, but it has the same effect as it did before, which is a negative one. That doesn't seem. I would be be tight about that too.
Yeah, it's only negative because of, I guess, like the dual party setup and the dual party system. But it's, again, the Supreme Court set it up as the way as was supposed to be set up, Ham. That's what I'm saying. So when you use the thing to say, okay, voting rights and so on and so forth, so what we're going to do is we're going to give, same thing with affirmative action, right? So pretty much now what the Supreme Court is doing and they're saying is like, hey, listen, these things that you guys said was for protection for racist purposes and so on and so forth. Well, it literally became the opposite, just, I guess, like anti-racism, to where you created all of the problems you were complaining about on the other side. So now it is getting back to the point of where it's set to being neutral and everything's just the way it should be from just, geographics or whatever, so on and so forth. And you're not giving special treatment to black people, and you're allowing these candidates, especially the Democrats, to get a guaranteed seat and a guaranteed vote. And that's what they've been doing for years on years on years.
I understand the point. Damn.
And it's crazy to me. Like, see, I gotta go off. I gotta jump in my bag real quick. See, these niggas that, again, don't understand anything about politics, right? And that are mad about having the worst districts, but electing the same exact people for years on years on years, probably their lifetime. Maxine Waters has been in Congress longer than we've been living, I think, or damn near close, right? Like at least 90% of our lifetime. Maxine Waters continues to have one of the worst districts in the country. Maxine Waters hasn't done anything for her constituents. Maxine Waters hasn't done nothing for black people other than tell you that, for my lifetime, I understand what they're trying to take your vote. They're trying to take your vote. Voter suppression, voter suppression, voter suppression. They're complaining about people having IDs and somehow making it where black people, it's harder for black people to get IDs. Black people don't know how to get IDs. And niggas are supporting this rhetoric that makes you look like these infantile adults that don't know how, which we clearly is insulting, but because of the Democrat Party, y'all cool with it. So instead of y'all being mad at Democrats for using your vote to get automatic seats and make all these laws that haven't helped you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. There's not been, Hamp, can you think of any legislation that Congress has passed that has benefited black people exclusively or mostly in our lifetime? Can you think of one?
And since 85, I would say just even though it would be a negative populace, the prosecution of particular drugs.
And even that's still bullshit, Hamp. Let's just say that, right? So you went from 100 to 1 to 10 to 1, right? Or like 15 to 1 for the crack, what's the name? Shit.
Yeah.
Right? You couldn't even get it 1 to 1, but that, right? So a thing to where you're still negatively impact, and they still couldn't fight for it enough. Oh, and let's not mention they're trying to reparation shit again. Hamp. They've been doing a study on reparations since 89, right? Originally, I think it was
89, yeah.
And they still studying, right?
Oh man, let me play this video, man. I gotta drop the link. Seems like we got some experts in the chat, man.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all niggas is stupid. A lot of you niggas fucking stupid. What voting rights have been stripped from black people? I just want to know, what voting rights have black people lost in America? Show me. You stupid motherfuckers. Fuck Roland Martin. Fuck AOC. Fuck the NAACP. Hey, quick question for the NAACP. Where were you at when these young niggas was shooting in the gym? Where were you at when these young niggas was practicing on the turf? You motherfuckers ain't show up until they got them D1 scholarships. Fuck all the crazy ass Democrat motherfuckers that's trying to convince these young ass black men that are athletes to support some shit that's not even going on. These athletes are about to get the opportunity of a lifetime. These motherfuckers are feeding their families, NIL deals, everything, and y'all are trying to get in the way of their opportunity over some shit that don't even fucking exist. Nobody lost their voting rights. Nobody. Oh, black representation, black represent. Let me get this straight. Y'all gonna keep voting for the same motherfuckers that's gonna keep y'all in a bad situation? Cause last time I checked, a lot of black folks still live in poverty. A lot of black folks still struggling. A lot of black folks keep voting for the same motherfuckers that keep them in the same situation. So what the fuck are y'all really talking about? Fuck all that shit. Listen, all you black athletes, keep playing ball. Fuck that political shit. It's nothing but a money grab. The NAACP ain't doing nothing but trying to pimp your ass. That's all they doing. Emotional pimping. Ain't shit going on. You ain't lose no rights. You can vote for whoever the fuck you want to vote for. Black, white, Mexican, it don't mean nothing. If you qualify to legally vote, guess what? Your ass could vote and you could pick and choose who the fuck you want to represent your ass. Tired of you stupid motherfuckers. Hey, man.
Was he right?
Hey, yeah, shout out to TJ the Realist too, man. He got a what's the name? He got like a channel or whatever. So shout out to him. He be in and out the chat sometimes, I think.
Okay. Salute to TJ. Is TJ right?
You asking the chat or you asking me? Us.
Everybody.
Hey, I ain't heard him say nothing wrong.
I do think the NAACP is they kind of remind me of like Al Sharpton. I was talking about this on a panel the other day. Al Sharpton to me, he reminds me of one of those tow truck companies or one of those PI attorneys that chase accidents. Right? Like they jump on high profile issues or jump on things that have already made it to the spotlight. They don't, the NAACP and Al Sharpton don't seem to really get into grassroots things unless it does something to boost their image or awareness. I don't see them doing things just for the sake of doing it. Hidden and unseen things, quiet things, little things. I just don't see it.
So, this is what be so confusing, man. And this is on Umar's thing. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I was kind of reading a little bit of it. So, his take seems to differ. Maybe he's not talking exactly what TJ was saying, but let's take a look.
They proved it this week. The South won. I think they proved it this week. The South won.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm. Because they can get rid of all the black voting districts now, and minorities don't matter, and pretty soon the blacks will be slaves again, probably. In a perfect America under John Roberts' Supreme Court and Brett Kavanaugh, they're all going to be. We're gonna take away all the rights of everybody that's not a white Christian.
Well, I mean, I think they showed you.
I think I've decided to become Christian.
They showed you the future, right? It's not right.
Because they can get rid of all the black voting districts now, and
see, he not seeing it the same way. He's a white dude.
Well, who is he?
Yeah, I guess who are we, right?
And who is he? And why did he mention Brett Kavanaugh or John Roberts, but he left out, of course, the Honorable Clarence Thomas.
I don't know.
One of the greatest legal minds ever, but especially in our lifetime. And it's crazy that you know, he gets called a coon and all these different things and so on and so forth. You know, but again, one of the greatest legal minds to ever grace the earth, right? So again, going by the law, and the same thing we just had, because it was another one. What was the other law that just changed, right? Now, so this is HAMP, right? So it's crazy, HAMP, because remember, this is the same Democratic Party that where Kamala Harris campaign, what was one of her biggest campaign points, HAMP?
The transgender shit or birth control or birth.
Well, not transgender shit. Abortion, right? So abortion. She was going to undo the overturning of Roe v. Wade, which was never going to happen with the same, which we know having the same, for one to even get it reheard and readjudicated, right? But Kamala Harris was selling to the black community that she somehow, some way, was going to protect their right to delete more black babies and take more black lives before they arrived on the planet, and you know, along with, you know, a certain entertainer twerking on the thing, right? So, Hamp, we trying to walk this down. We honestly have this conversation, Hamp, and like I said, you answer my question honestly and rightfully. You actually gave one good thing, even though we would agree that it wasn't, you know, anything too major, because like we said, it's less than 1% of black men that are in prison, right?
Yeah.
Right? But you answered it rightfully. And you just turned 40. I'm 42. Aaron just turned 45. And we couldn't come up with anything that the Democratic Party has been able to provide for exclusively or mostly black people where we benefited from, bro. What has it been? All we've been promised is the things that keep us in the state of dependency on the government, more welfare, more, you know, we're going to give you money for this or that. And again, voter suppression, white supremacy, racism. Does anybody, maybe somebody in the chat has something that we're missing? Because I even though I can't see the chat, if I would bet $1,000 they hadn't put nothing in the chat, because we're versed enough to know and understanding that it doesn't exist. Despite having Barack Obama having back-to-back terms, despite Kamala Harris being the vice president of the United States and the president being the former vice president of Barack Obama. So where is all of this stuff that black people have given their vote at, I think it's upwards of 89 or 90+% vote to the Democratic Party? What's the benefit of it? What are y'all fighting for? What are y'all fighting for? What are we doing? Because be it Democratic or Republican, you're not shit.
I mean,
so what's the problem?
Yeah. Now, so that basic premise, yeah, I understand that. I don't understand the loyalty to save my life. You know, like, I do not understand it. You can't. So if I had to ask somebody to substantiate the loyalty, they could not do it. Most of the voting lines are are adversarial versus the opposite party. It's almost like alignment based on who you don't like. It's very rarely based on who you like. And I ain't never rolled with a nigga to the death because I liked him more than I liked the nigga I didn't like. That shit makes zero sense. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't understand it from that aspect. I'm simply assessing when you remove the lines, it does dilute the potential power of that voting block, though. But you're saying they did it to reverse the things that were negative in the first place, and the byproduct of that is the lines being, diluted. You know what I mean? Because the people are split up, but it reversed the thing that was an issue in the first place. Is essentially what's being said.
I'd like to double down on what you said about them voting for the guy that, you know, they don't like versus the guy they like. To add to that is they're voting for the guy, not the policy.
Ugh.
So like, what are we doing?
That is crazy, man. That's a fact. Voting for the person, not the policy. That is profound. That is profound and embarrassing. That is profound and embarrassing for people that look like me.
Can't win for losing.
And I remember back in 2008, you know what I mean? When was it 2008? When Barack, it didn't matter, nothing, what, who, it didn't matter. He had a brown hue, similar to yours, Aaron, and everybody checked the box.
Going.
And I was kind of young back then. It was like maybe 07, you know, when it first started, you know, the whole, and we just in college at a HBCU, so you know it's a echo chamber.
Forget about it.
You like you can't do nothing wrong. Like, man. Yeah, you couldn't say nothing bad about Obama. And the thing is, he white and African.
Yeah, African, bro. He ain't even black. But, you know, sang a little bit of Al Green and played basketball, you know, I guess like know how to dribble. And, you know, niggas is for it.
Ugh. Jeff, what up, baby? Salute, man. Brother Jeff in the building. Ask a Brother podcast. He's a great conversation, fellas. I know you got another brother, but just in case y'all living under a rock, go ahead and make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to his page, man. He been doing phenomenal work. Mr. Fantastic actually was a guest, I think 4 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks ago. So salute, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jeff, man. Shout out to Jeff.
And talk about brothers grinding, you heard? Listen, man, we got 200 people in the chat. We only have 99 likes. It's very important to hit the like button. That helps the channel the most. Tiff, I am perturbed a bit.
Why are you perturbed?
Well, because I was like, well, no, this don't make a lot of sense. I understand what they did, right? Quote, end quote, but we understand what it does. You see the difference? Mm-hmm. And then Mr. Fantastic done knocked me back off the square because now I'm thinking about the fact that we just be voting for people for the sake of.
I
don't even know where our principles are, Tiff.
I don't think that's true. Number one, let me say this quite loudly. I do not agree with the NAACP asking student athletes to sacrifice scholarships. Specifically, if you've been a student athlete and you get to a point where you can play competitive, that's the wrong kind of ask.
But Tiff, let me ask you this, Tiff. Let me ask you this. I meant to ask it in a minute. So, but if you can go to Texas, you can go to Michigan.
Well, you have to be recruited.
That's right? What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you can go to Texas, you can go to Michigan. If you can go to Texas, you can go to USC. If you can go to Texas, you can go to Indiana. Right? You don't just go to Texas, right? The top of the top go to University of Texas, go to Alabama, right? And now it's really money centric. Indiana was able to get good so quickly. The coach is great. And he brought some great players with him, but they were able to buy who they wanted to come play football for them.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't know how recruitment works. What I do know is there wasn't one NFL player drafted from an HBCU. That, like, just in saying that alone, that is a lot to ask of a person.
I thought
that, like, I just don't think that's.
I thought the running back from Virginia Union, did he get drafted? No, he got signed. I think he got signed.
So, again, you're taking away opportunities. That's just what it is. Now, when we talk about the VRA, the Voters' Rights Act.
What do you mean, Tiff?
Go ahead.
What do you mean? Oh, you're saying that So if you can
go. So what I'm saying is one thing. So the NAACP and the CBC, what they're asking.
No, not that part. I'm saying that if you can go to Texas, you can go to Grambling. And you can go to Grambling and get an opportunity is what I'm saying.
Is Grambling as competitive as Texas?
No, but I'm saying if you are that level of talent, you can go to Jackson State like Travis did.
But what did I just ask you? I said, is Grambling as competitive as Texas? And you said no.
No.
Only not as competitive. They don't have the money to give you. So that's another thing.
Now that part.
Yeah, if you can go to Texas, you can go to Michigan. But does Michigan have the money to match Texas? And then you already have the commits they have there.
Of course.
No, they don't. Not if you already got your commits. Hold on, Hamp. If you already got your commits and you already got your budget in the NIL, this changes the whole game. So they don't. If you already got your recruit and you got the person and the money paid, you got the money paid and already issued out to the people and contracted to the people. You can't just even do that shift, Hamp. It don't even work that way.
Have you seen the pool?
What you mean? The pool of money?
The pool of money, but also the transfer pool. No, why do you think it's so much more competitive now? Because everybody has that. I think they can go up to $10 million per year. I think everybody has that. Every single D1 school can pay that.
Okay, but let's just talk about like the difference of alumni. You can't tell me that the alumni in Texas Tech is the same as Prairie View. It's a complete different.
Who won it this year? Who won it this year?
I don't know. I know what colleges are.
Well, that's the key, though. You got to kind of know that.
No, I know what Langston's school looks like. I know the
Indiana University won it. Is what I'm telling you.
Let's just say this.
Hold on. Vanderbilt. Who did Vanderbilt beat?
Why are you arguing
Alabama?
This point? Like at this, what you're arguing, and again, what I am saying about what the NAACP and the CBC are asking is absolutely inappropriate. It's not for student athletes to boycott when adults allow this to happen. So if we want to talk about voting rights,
they are adults.
When we talk about that, we should not be asking
adults
to sacrifice opportunities.
They are adults.
They're young adults with a once in a lifetime opportunity.
You said adults.
It's inappropriate.
But here's what I'm saying though: if you can go to those schools, you can go to another big school that can pay you that money. Is what I'm saying. We're thinking it's egregious, right? Also, the other thing is the NIL money. It goes to the top 10 players, right? All those guys aren't getting in big NIL checks and shit like that.
I hear you. At the end of the day, the Voting Rights Act they've been gutting this since 2013. If they wanted to ready and stable this out, they should have taken care of this. So this is one of the things that you do have to be independent and you do have to tell the truth. They got rid of Section 5 in 2013. It's 2026. Why did you not pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act when you had the party and the capacity to do it? You could have passed this when Biden was in office. What is going on right now is these people are trying to save their seats. You do not care about these children. You're asking them to make a sacrifice to get your seats.
Y'all running from what I'm saying, though. That's what I noticed, though.
No, I understand.
Hold on, Tiff, I got it. So no. It's still what you're saying. I gotta address let me address the football part, Tiff, let me address the football part.
Okay.
So no, Hamp, it's still not gonna work that way because you still got your recruits and the people that are there for whatever. So let's just say that, right? So let's say a player gets swapped out or get picked over. A black player that goes from let's say we got Texas to go to Ohio State. Mm-hmm. You don't think that same player that got fucked over is going to go to Texas? That's what I'm saying. So it's a vicious cycle that makes no sense. And then most importantly, that would include, if we're going by what it is, HBCUs shouldn't be protected either.
No, I'm not even saying.
HBCUs would be included because they're in the States.
I'm saying comparable schools. How many teams are in the Big Ten?
I don't know.
A lot. 18 in the Big Ten?
Yeah.
And guess what they can all do? 10, I think.
And more than 10 now.
Is it 12? I know Big Ten is the biggest, right? They just call it Big Pause now, right? All I'm saying is that kid gets swapped out because the Texas #1 goes to Ohio State. That Ohio State player goes to Illinois. Illinois is in the top 20 this year. That player goes to Maryland. Maryland has a bunch of money. Yeah, there are a lot of schools that they could go to.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah, but again, so now we get to the point of, okay, So now we get to the point of why.
Not only
why. What has the hold on, Tiff. Why? What in the fuck has the NAACP done for black people in the last 20 years? Why? Why the fuck am I going to listen to a whole bunch of motherfuckers that I don't know that haven't done shit for me, and now you're demanding or you're making the biggest demand to tell me, be it for money or be it for the person that recruited me, that I'm going to change my fucking life trajectory over some fucking politics that politicians that the NAACP don't have no control in, first and foremost, right?
Well,
but then secondly, what the fuck has the NAACP done for black people?
Not even that though, Fantastic. This is the thing that bothers me. If you go to the NAACP,
wait. So the NAACP, what are you saying? What have they done? Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Let me ask
what
you.
Has the NAACP? Was it?
Yo, see, y'all kind of okay. So let me ask this: what does any organization do without the support of its constituents? How often? When have you ever heard black people en masse speak positively about the NAACP? And yet, hold on, that was a pause on purpose. And yet, what's that shit that the Jewish have?
The anti-defamation.
Fuck do they do? They come out, talk shit, and use whatever leverage they have, and they supported by their people.
Not the anti-defamation.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's something different. It's the ACLU, right? I think the ACLU.
No, it's the anti-defamation.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. The anti-defamation is the one that you see come out against Kyrie Irving and all that. Right.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, but I thought that's just like.
Let me just respond.
Hold on. Let's just get the terminology.
You're not answering my questions, man.
But
I'm trying to get the terminology right first.
Hold on, real quick.
Please.
Run! It's a stampede! DJ Ham the Stampede. DJ Ham the Stampede.
First of all, here's the thing, and let's just please don't interrupt. The CBC. Neither one of them identify as a simply black organization. So what they should have done is, why are you only asking black athletes? Why did you not ask the Hispanics or the other people that you've been benefiting from? They do not exclusively serve black people. So one, that's an issue. They're white boys that go to these schools. Why are you not asking them?
Because they're not colored. They're not colored.
But here's the thing: they don't. If you go to the NAACP website right now, don't say that they're a national. They're for black people. It's not saying that. And if you look at what the CBC has done for the past 5 years, it's legislate for immigrants. So what you have is you're asking black athletes to suffer without asking other people of color to be in this, have some skin in the game. What? You're only asking the black athletes.
Let me ask you a question.
Else.
Let me ask you a question. Who watches college soccer?
What?
Don't matter. That's
who
irrelevant.
Is getting an NIL deal for fucking college soccer?
Somebody is.
No. You go to the people that have the impact.
No.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on.
No.
Yo, Aaron, they don't let me talk. They won't let me talk, Aaron.
You know who watches college soccer? College soccer moms.
Fuck soccer. You don't got to even go to soccer. You don't got to go to soccer. Like Tiff said, colored people, right? Who are the biggest colored motherfuckers in football? The motherfucking Samoans. The motherfucking Tongans, the motherfucking Polynesians.
Oh my God! What percentage of them are there?
It doesn't matter.
Shit, West Coast a whole lot.
Why didn't they ask
offensive linemen and D linemen a big fucking percentage?
No, they're not. They're not. That's they actually don't have the prowess you think. Hawaii is never good.
Yeah, why? But they don't go to Hawaii.
You know what happened? You know what happened? I'm saying it's full of them motherfuckers. So they should be better, right? Based on your point. Oh, I know what happened. You watched them niggas run into each other that you thought was full speed. I seen you covered on Instagram. Now they done got your mind warped, huh? You know what they do to them, Mr. Fantastic? They spritz them with water before they hit each other. Nah, for that ass. They spritz them with water, so when they run into each other, the water. Look, he won't let me talk. Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic.
I seen Junior Seau, I seen Troy Polamalu, and whatever other motherfucker that's a Hall of Fame NFL football player from fucking
fucking 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
They still not refrigerated Perry or Reggie White.
What's up, Panuku? Receiver for what's the name? Puka Nakua, nigga. Play with me.
You want to start naming black football players? You want to do this?
Let's do it.
You want to do this?
Are y'all going to talk about politics or y'all going to talk about
The point is that you're only asking the blacks to fucking do the shit when, again, it's not black people, it's colored people. It's colored people. So you want the black people to motherfucking be the only ones to suffer. You want the black people to be the only one to make sacrifice. You want the black people to be the only ones. And shout out to Tiff, HAMP, for the last
making a disingenuous argument.
Biden administration. It's not a disingenuous argument.
I'm going to tell you why.
For the whole Biden administration, the NAACP was in support of, hold on. The NAACP was not only in support of illegal fucking immigrants being here, the fucking NAACP was directly involved in getting a white woman elected over a black fucking possible first governor in the history of the fucking country. What are you talking about? NAACP had their hands in that shit, huh? That goes to show you just how much they don't give a fuck about black people.
What did they do?
The black lieutenant governor of Virginia was pretty much a shoe-in until Barack Obama and the NAACP said, fuck that black bitch, we want the white woman.
Prove it.
Now you go turn around and ask black college athletes to fucking make sacrifice and turn shit around because the voters that you want are not in the motherfucking place in the seats you got. Fuck that.
Here's the fly shit, right? All the people that vote Democrat agree with this. This is not nothing new. They didn't come up with this. They all agree. You know why? Because LeBron is our spokesperson. Cardi B was our spokesperson. They parade athletes and entertainers in front of us as our spokespeople. So now we saying that the boys who are men who are getting paid can't be a part of that program? That don't make sense.
So
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but 1 second, Fanny. The only other issue with this is they're asking these kids to sacrifice, and there's no alternative.
There is.
Hold on, him. I'm saying
why
there's not a fund that are saying if you don't go to this college, we for sure are going to get you entry here.
They don't need a fund.
Okay.
This is where that if you lack understanding in recruiting process, then you simply just don't know, right? And you're not doing it in with a negative intent. You just don't know. So I'm simply telling you, the boys that they're actually talking to can go to any school they want to.
And I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is there is no reason.
I'm about to take a shot, Aaron. I'm kicking their ass, boy.
There's no reason in 2026 you're asking athletes to do this when the first part of the VRA that was gutted was in 2013 when Obama was the president. So Obama passed gay rights, but he didn't secure the voters' rights. They knew that this was an issue, and it's been an ongoing issue. And what has happened is the black vote has been held hostage. Two things can be true at the same time. They're slicing and dicing districts. So like if you go to Memphis, there was one voter block that now has been split up into 3 voter blocks. That will affect the black vote. But essentially, if you're smart about this, the black vote is now going to become the swing vote because of how many people we're getting. You watered down black districts. However, you inserted black people in areas that were not competitive, like they were guaranteed Republican seats. Now, if somebody is smart and they primary right, you still can have competition. So if you understand how this can work to your benefit, it can. Now, when you look at the VRA, it was considered the crown jewel of legislation. We understand that it is an attack on the black vote, but you also have to ask why some of these areas were packed. So they call it cracking and packing. What's happening right now is, like I said, a prime example is go to Memphis. Memphis has been split up 3 ways, but within those 3 ways, all you did was give a different opportunity. You're on mute. For black people.
So y'all done talking about the athletes? Y'all can see.
Ain't no y'all, nigga. No. Hell no. No, sir.
I just don't think it's right, Hemp. Here's the thing. Why do the student athletes need to divert when you should have fixed this a long time ago? Why is it now that you want them to sacrifice? Or excuse me, like why now? Why, like it just
Yeah. So until it's done. So like I was further saying, right? Be it whoever or whatever, everything I said stands and is like personified by I don't know how many different times. You cannot come to the black athletes and personally only call out the black athletes. Be it one fucking Samoan or 1,000. I don't give a fuck. Be it one Mexican or 10,000. I don't care. The fact of the matter that it's called the NAACP, National Association for Colored People, and the only motherfucking color you talking to is black, when you haven't did shit for the black ones in our lifetime, and you just had a campaign for the last 4 fucking years playing to the tune of the fucking Democratic president, all right? And then also the vice president that was trying to run for president that didn't do shit for niggas and turn around and ask the niggas to do something for you. Hell no. That a black shit.
Yo, man.
I know you feel like, and if you feel like you're winning at the end, fine, call it a win. I'm sorry. I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think it's right. It would be different if they had certain systems, but what it looks like is you got redistrict, you want to save those seats, and you've not done what you needed to do for many, many years. I told you a while ago, the Democratic Party is in a really precarious situation because they've not advocated for a lot of black people for a number of years. And at this point, we are saying you want tangibles. You also should want tangibles from the CBC. You should want tangibles from the NAACP. And the NAACP has been problematic since Fannie Lou Hamer was trying to get voter rights. There is a certain amount, to me, for you to be standing with your degree and saying like, oh, okay, you do this, there, for what reason? What you're asking for a boycott, what is the result? What are we looking for? What is you boycotting? What are they going to get out of boycotting outside of you just doing it because they asked you to? What's the ask? What result? Are you really believing that you're going to get the Supreme Court to overturn a decision so that black athletes don't go to particular schools? Like, this was a Supreme Court judgment. This wasn't a local thing. You're going to have to fight this in a very different way. And as long as the people that are in the Supreme Court right now, it's a 6-3 split. You're not even, like, it doesn't even make sense. What are you asking? And nope, then they can't say anything. Like, this is a political theater move. What do black people benefit by these kids sitting out or going to alternative schools? What's the game?
There is no benefit, Tiff. It's only fucking, like you said, manipulation and holding black people to a fucking Democratic plantation that's promising nothing other than the same bullshit. Or they trying to steal your voting rights. Tell us what fucking voting rights has changed. Just like TJ said. Okay, nobody tell us any fucking voting rights that have changed. None of your voting rights have changed. None of the requirements have changed. You just motherfucking unrigged the game as to where now the Democrats had extra seats that were further going to do nothing but line their own pockets. Again, as Tiff said, protect their political fucking careers. That's why Jasmine Crockett was out here campaigning the way she fucking was, because they understood if pretty much you don't have these districts, you don't have all these extra automatic Democratic seats, and now you actually have to fucking campaign, and you actually have to have fucking competition.
You muted.
Fuck all these politicians. Fuck them all.
It's just like we don't want nobody to do nothing though. You know what I'm saying? Like you damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? All we do is disparage the NAACP. Y'all keep talking about how young people are. Like Fred Hampton wasn't 21. How soon y'all forget? It was young people doing the thing. Nobody's waiting on people to get 40 and 50 to make an impact. No. How old was Martin? How old was Medgar? How old was Malcolm? All these men are young men when they're making an impact. When they're making an impact, they were young men.
But there was a political.
And then you was talking about you was hurt when they did that to Jasmine Crockett. Now they done hit her with a honey bun. Now there's no district. Now the black voting block is spread out. And now what?
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this.
All I'm saying is this.
Took her area.
Thank you, Hamp. So what are we doing? So Hamp, it's what I'm saying. Hold on. So what are we saying? Was Jasmine Crockett a good fucking candidate for her district in the first place? Why are we acting like Jasmine Crockett did anything for a fucking district other than fucking put on this sister girl fucking persona and talk shit about Donald Trump? Why are we making it seem like Jasmine Crockett was a great or a good fucking candidate for her district?
I disagree with that. She did a lot, and she actually worked with Lee Merritt. So
what did she do? What did she do, Tiff? What did she? Hold on. So Tiff, now that you're saying this, now that you're jumping out here, now that you want to catch a grenade, explain to us what she did for her constituents in her district that benefited the black people that elected her. Tell us, please enlighten us, educate us.
Okay, so where she represents, a part of that is a particular black area. So she got some things redistricted. She also, before and during, she's a black civil rights attorney. So Lee Merritt, that was some of the police activities that they were suing for.
There's a lot of songs. This might be risky. There's a lot of songs. There's a lot of songs being said.
No.
She ain't do shit.
I said some. I'm sorry.
She ain't do shit.
She hadn't did a damn thing. She hadn't did nothing.
She was an outspoken candidate against some opposition and also some of. You have to say some. You can't. Okay.
Even with the some, Tiff, what? Even with you saying some or whatever, however you add all those sums up, you add all of those little bitty sums and it's still some. She didn't do shit, Tiff. Let's just be honest. She didn't do shit. All she did was talk shit. And like you said, her biggest thing was fucking opposition to fucking Donald Trump and Republicans. And calling some white woman a bad body built bitch or something. That's all she did. What are we talking about? We don't make this shit seem like, oh, Jasmine Crockett lost her seat, so, who gives a fuck? She wasn't doing shit.
I will say that with her being on the city committee for budgeting and also, I think, for ethics, she did vote majority. I said she did. I didn't say some.
No, I'm just disgusted by nothing. She didn't do anything. You keep just naming shit like we gonna get fooled.
She didn't.
I understand. No, I'm not.
No, hold on, Tiff. Stop. Hold on, Tiff. Stop. Now, Hamp, now you hold the L for you saying, oh my God, Jasmine Crockett lost her seat and some coon took it or whatever. Nigga, the coon probably gonna do a better job than what she did.
No, I wasn't. I was saying that the people are losing their seats. Jasmine Crockett, I didn't pinpoint. I'm saying that don't try to piss on me.
You literally said Jasmine Crockett, brother.
I named the person that did lose their seat. I was saying Yes, that's an example of a person that did lose their seat. I didn't talk about the effectiveness. What I was saying is that you're splitting up a bloating block that needs numbers to even make an impact. That's my argument.
All right, and my argument to what you just conceded, being that Jasmine Crockett would be the status quo of the seat, yes. Being that
Tiff
Jasmine
conceded.
Crockett, because you said Jasmine Crockett didn't do shit. Did you not?
Yeah, based on what Tiff just said, she ain't do shit.
All right, and you're right. You're right, and you're right, and you'll be right. You'll be right. As hard as Tiff tried, ain't nothing she can come, but she didn't do shit. Jasmine Crockett is the status quo of the seats being lost. Jasmine Crockett is hold on. Jasmine Crockett is going to be the same candidate, if not worse, that are the seats that are being lost. So black people are not losing anything.
Okay, so what she did, if you look and see, so civil rights and voting rights. She was an advocate to protect civil liberties.
Nah, we don't want to hear that Google. Nope, I'm gonna mute you. We don't want to hear you just Google something. Nah.
What is advocacy?
But you,
Nah.
What did she yell? Fuck advocacy. She was a Congress. Hold on. She was a sitting member of Congress. What did she do for her district or black people as a whole in her tenure as a congressperson?
So
nothing. Let me help you out. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It's not a
so
nothing.
Again,
if I don't want to yell over each other. Fantastic. I don't want to.
No, nah, Tiff. Nah. You talk while I talk the whole time. Now you don't want to yell. That's not how that goes. Decorum. You just talking loud. Decorum should be had in the onset, right? You can't now ask for decorum when you had little.
I didn't hear you talking.
But even still, I wasn't cutting her off. I wasn't cutting you off, Tiff. I was getting my shit off of you. Every time you say something, I shut the fuck up. Go ahead. You got it.
No. All I'm saying is fantastic. We agree on some issues and we disagree on others. I will say that the seat that Jasmine had, it went to a black man. It went to Pastor Freddie Haynes. A lot of what is going on is like we're all over the place and not really drilling down to. There is an effect. There is an effect of the VRA being. It affects black people, so you can say shoo, but there is an effect of VRA.
No, he's acting like he's snoring because you put him to sleep. So Tiff, again, let me interject. Let me ask you directly. Let me frame the question, Tiff. So you're saying that the VRA had protections for black people, right?
I'm about to get another shot, Aaron.
Now that it's been changed and simply changed to the proper districting, tell us what black people lost. Tell us the voting rights that were lost with the adjustments made to the Voting Rights Act for black people. Tell us what was lost.
So the opportunity for black people to vote as one large pat changes. So the efficiency or being able to have representation that may look like you, black politicians, that changed. Is it something that, it was a need? Like if we didn't need the Voters' Rights Act because of poll taxing, because of not allowing black people to vote, now we can say that that's not today, but there was a need for the voters' rights. And what you can't do is say, well, we're not going to gerrymander based off of race. We're going to do it based off of party. Either way it goes, you're still gerrymandering. You made it partisan. They're still gerrymandering.
No. So again, you ungerrymandered the gerrymandering. That was for racial principles that you were able to do because, like you said, none of those other things exist anymore. You literally can't do it. There's no poll tax. There's no poll test. There are none of those things, and that's what the original framework of the Voting Rights Act was for, right? So being that we know none of those things even exist, right? And then you keep getting this promotion of voter suppression and racism and ID laws, which is crazy to me, because when clearly black people understand the only reason they would not want ID to be required is that you would want non-citizens to have the ability to vote. That would furthermore hurt your chances of voting, right? Which is that's another part we hadn't even got to yet. We'll shift there next. The problem with your argument, Tiff, is this, right? The Voting Rights Act has not done anything because, as you said, the example you gave, Jasmine Crockett was replaced by somebody that looked just like her, a black man. Okay, well, I won't say just like her. He's a man, she's a woman, but a black person. As I said before, I can't remember who they was talking about on CNN, but there was another person that a white candidate was replaced by a black person. And it's this political fucking gang banging to where niggas are, it's a Democrat. If it's not a Democrat and it's a Republican, we don't want it. And again, the two dudes that are Republican Republican congressmen, niggas don't like them because they feel like they coons. The bald-headed dude that's the former Army vet, and then the brother down here in Florida, right?
Wesley Hunt is in Texas, and then Byron Donaldson is in Florida.
Yeah, Byron Donaldson, exactly.
There's actually 4 Black Republicans, so there is representation. At the end of the day,
the dude in South Carolina, and I don't know who the other one is.
Right, but even in that fantastic, can you say that if there was a need to have the VRA, and there's still a need to understand that there's an opportunity loss as well as funding, because the funding from you have to think that one of the things that you do for your district is funding for your particular area. You're supposed to be an advocate for that. If you have no Black representation on one particular side, you're going to lose funding.
Yo, let me ask you a question. Let me ask the chat a question. Listening to Brother 3 Times and Tifocracy talk the last 5 minutes, does this make y'all want to vote? Or say, man, fuck this politics shit? Put a 1 in the chat for you've been inspired. Or put a 2 in the chat if you've built disdain to the entire political system, man.
To your point, it should not be this complicated.
It's all 2s.
The only one that was 1 said F politics.
Good. All you niggas, because all them niggas gonna do is vote Democrat anyway. So good. Don't vote, nigga.
All 2s. Chat's stupid.
Good.
Unanimously 2s, man.
Unanimous, like yo.
Good.
The only 1 was a typo, bro.
My job is done. Good.
Now
I've officially, I individually and officially have broken the Lyndon Baines Johnson curse. You niggas finally get to stop voting Democrat for the next 200 years. You're welcome.
Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. You know, when y'all be doing all that shit, man. These white folks is racist, man.
For sure.
Democrat, don't agree with me now. Democrat, Republican, y'all be, and then this policy, nigga, hush. They don't care about you. Y'all trying to make a way for somebody to act like they care about you. They don't give a fuck about you. Can't you tell? Chud, somebody stop. Chud got $1 million. Chud got $1 million from Duel. They got
$1 million bill. He didn't get $1 million.
Yeah. They gave $1 million. That's what that is, Mr. Fantastic. Because also what happens is, now to your point, they pay $1 million, he gets exonerated, they get that $1 million back too. If they were to pay like 100 or something, that's forfeit. All right. There was a post I brought it up. It said this lady was posting pictures with her adoptive daughter who was Black. Do you see the white people in the comments? I'm gonna show it to y'all. Look at the folks in the comments. What they display. There was a white dude walking his gay dog, which is probably his wife.
What?
And said, "Hey,
wait, what?
Look at them."
The dog gay.
Well, I added that part. I'm speculating. And he's saying this. Oh, look at them chimping out.
Oh, I got it. Oh.
Shit get real quick. Y'all blinded by this foolishness.
I just have this question.
I'm not done.
Okay.
You don't put 70 people to sleep.
I don't want to. If it.
God damn it. But
making an honest woman out of a gay dog is great.
That's what I'm saying.
What, Mr. Aaron?
And I'm just trying to figure out. Do y'all know what side is up, down, left, or right? Yo, they do this. We do this.
But it took me a while to get the gay dog reference. But to be honest, that's a victimized dog, brother. It's not by choice. It's by force.
The dog has.
That's why I was confused. Animals can't give can't give consent to sexual contact from humans.
Oh my God!
All right, nigga, hush.
Oh, can I just?
I'm just saying. When we come out here and put belt to ass to NAACP and all these organizations, what they do and don't do, etc., I ain't never heard not one Jewish people tell the Anti-Defamation League that they not doing the right thing.
Yes, they have.
We always airing shit out, right? And we don't give it a chance. We be the first niggas to say, don't go support that black business. Don't go support the NAACP. We do that shit far too often, too loud, and too much. I just did a stream on Friday. Like, look, what makes a person successful? Home ownership, education, starting a business. The women suck at all of those things, but at least they try. Right? They picked the wrong major, but at least they going. We ain't even getting certifications. Yeah, they buying houses, right? When they can't afford them, so they getting foreclosed on. But guess at what rate? 11%. But we overblow the shit like they all getting foreclosed on. Whatever they put in front of us, we just take the shit. Like, yeah, fuck the NAACP. Motherfuckers don't even know what it means. Somehow y'all put Mexicans in that motherfucker.
That's what they said.
Hey Aaron, I put that out there on purpose, Aaron, because you see they was quiet, and then as soon as I say Mexican, they did put the Mexican. Nigga, I did that on purpose, nigga.
I'm just gonna say
me and Aaron drinking. God damn it.
Okay, I just want to know, like, everybody hit them twos, but
my father was in the Marine Corps too.
If you're voting, well, thank you for his service.
We don't, Aaron, Tips. Don't try to get on our side.
All I want to say is, if voting wasn't that important, they wouldn't be trying to take away the black vote. Full stop. If it had no power,
they're not trying to take away the black vote. Y'all got to stop that, bro. Again, you're repeating the rhetoric that's being used. Tip. Now you're fighting your own argument, right?
No,
because that's the argument the NAACP is using to justify asking these young men to forfeit their or make adjustments to their school selection. No, there is no black vote that's trying to be eliminated or taken or anything. No, again, the NAACP, fuck them on record, because again, they have done nothing but collect money in the name mostly from and about black people, and then fight for any and everything other than black people. You can't have the NAACP being out here on the front lines for illegal immigration, right? And for the last 4 years or so, right? And now you're asking American-born black college athletes to make major fucking adjustments in something as serious as their possible professional athletic career, or just even their academics, bro. No, fuck them. And you know what, Hamp? Just how we're saying, right, that the political party has to earn the vote, right? We all agree with that principle, be it Republican, Democrat, or whoever, right? They have to offer something, right? The NAACP has offered nothing and have nothing to show black people for them to garner our support. Point blank, period. You can't just exist in name only and say that I'm acting on your behalf and never produce anything to show me of you acting on my behalf. So it's not me just mindlessly shitting on the NAACP. It's me saying, hey, produce something and show me something as to where I should give you my public support.
Now, I could see you saying that, right? I don't know what Trump did for niggas, but whatever. I could see you saying that, right? But the 90% of niggas who vote Democrat don't got no business asking that question.
Well, let's
get to that though. The 100% of niggas who voted for Obama don't got no business asking that question.
But even with the 92%, you have to realize that a lot of times when black people vote, they vote risk assessed. And it's unfortunate that...
No, they don't.
Okay.
Let me ask you, how is pro-life risk adverse?
Yes.
The right to choose?
Yeah, how is that risk adverse?
Because there are times when you need to have a medical abortion, and if you outlaw all abortions, it's an issue.
What percentage? What percentage of those times, Tiff? What percentage of those times? Less than 1%.
There are times.
Less than 1%, Tiff.
Less
than 1%. Less than 1%. Less than 1%.
That's not your business. A person that has a right to choose has a right to choose. You don't get to come in and tell people what they get to do with their bodies, whether you agree with it or not.
What?
You don't have to agree with it. You're not the person.
If you're using government funds,
you're never going to do. You're never going to have an abortion.
This is where people get messed up, right? So Tiff, if you're using, my bad. All right, so Tiff, if you're using government funded medical care, yes, they do get to tell you what the fuck to do. They do. They actually absolutely do, right? And again, it wasn't taken away. It was just given back to the states. Again, when we do these things, man, we're too old, we're too mature. We have to be honest in saying these things. Women still have the right to go to certain states and get your baby deleted if you want to get your baby deleted. The issue and problem, though, is when it comes to it, Hamp's point is black people of all people have abused it the fucking most and suffered the most. We have been leapfrogged by fucking the Hispanics. Okay? Hispanics are now at what, 18%, Hamp? I want to say 18%.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
And we're somewhere bouncing between 13, 14%. We have not exceeded like the 14%. Now, mind you, I understand it's an increase of people as the population increases, but still the percentage is what's important when you're talking about voting rights and these things. And furthermore, understanding the political play that the Democratic Party is running a back door on black people by wanting to replace you with the fucking Hispanics.
Yo, man.
I agree. And we agree with that. Fantastic. I really, right now, literally with the NAACP and the Congress and the CBC, Congressional Black Caucus, they can't in tandem say what they've done, I would say, in the last 10 years. Because like I said, my issue with this whole VRA is they started gutting this in 2013. And if you don't have
ain't nobody done shit for you. Ain't nobody done nothing for you. Right? So for you to come out and say, what has the caucus done? What has the NAACP? Why? Why you got to say that when nobody never done no shit for you anyway? What do you get out of disparaging the NAACP or the other black caucus? For what? You saying they ain't done shit. Nigga, ain't nobody done shit for you. You notice that?
So we should be able to say that you shouldn't ask.
So now they say, yo, athletes, the states that for whatever their interpretation of what's going on are leading you into a worse place. Go to the schools in the other states.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, right? Because y'all don't understand how that money work. Like y'all have no clue. You never been recruited, obviously. Right? But that's not how this shit works. There's so many schools out there that could pay you an arm and a leg. That's why Vanderbilt can beat Alabama now, because Vanderbilt has money and they can pay the best players from whatever schools are around them that choose to go to now play football. That's why you see the people losing now. Alabama 10-0, 12-0, 14-0. Now you got 2 losses. Now you got 1 loss because they can get the players to go now. So what the NAACP is asking is not actually that far-fetched because everybody's going where the money is.
Right.
What school in New England don't got no money?
What do students get from that? What do they
get
from
money?
No, what I'm saying, what do they gain? What do they gain from doing what the NAACP asked them to do? What are they gaining?
What do they need to gain something for? They're making a statement, right? You want there to be impact. You want to say, hey, our vote, our presence, our money, our athleticism, right? Our talents matter here. If they don't matter here in this state as it pertains to black people, I'm going to take my talent somewhere else.
Yeah, but the problem with that fucking premise, Hamp, the problem is that premise. Now you're dedicating yourself to a political party and a political fucking ideology that has not given you anything. So no, fuck that. No, you do not get to demand that young black athletes take a stand for something that's not done anything for them. And you cannot show me the benefit that it's going to bring. Well, it don't matter. So it's going to keep being that way. So until you show me that you can do something for me and that you have a benefit for me on the other side, I'm going to do what the fuck I planned and intended to do. Because at this whole world, Hamp is fucking quid pro quo. They going to the school they're going to because that's the school that recruited them, and that's the school that fucking promised them whatever amount of money that they've been promised, right? Or not even necessarily, like I said, everybody don't get money, but let's just say a better opportunity of getting drafted or, whatever, right? Okay? So no, I would not be talking to my son about doing, or daughter, about changing anything for the sake of a fucking political party and an organization that neither of the two have done anything for us or our family and so on and so forth. No. Fuck y'all. Get the fuck on.
Mm-hmm.
You have to show me.
Okay, let me say this. Let's say they came up with a thing, whatever that thing is, that there's a disparity from where they from. Let's use Florida. There's a constant conversation about critical race theory, right? Remember, about a year ago, we had that conversation, critical race theory regarding Florida.
Yeah,
right?
CRT, yeah.
Right, and so that's still back and forth ongoing, what they taking out the schools. Texas, right? The schools, remember they were saying, oh, slavery was something they called it. Remember? They tried to call it like something different, more diplomatic.
Yeah, they said it was like involuntary servitude, or like they call it slave, like helpers or something. Yeah.
But let's say we stay on CRT as it pertains to Florida, right?
Indentured service, yeah.
Indentured servitude, right? Let's say we stay on CRT as it pertains to Florida. That's a little bit more substantive. And those players come and say, no. You can't remove this, right? Because this is what it is. You can't perverse it. We need to take. Right? I'm just thinking of a thing that can affect people coming after them. And all the best players in Florida say, we are not going to Florida schools. As big as football is in Florida. And it's also based on schooling. Well, if your pipeline from your schools teach are discounting critical race theory, we're not going to feed into Miami. We're not going to feed into Florida. We're not going to feed into Florida State. We're going to Wisconsin. How important is winning?
Yeah, I got you. So again, that would and I think the flaw in your argument, Hamp, is that these things that are being fought against are somehow beneficial to black people. Critical race theory within itself was not anything that's been proven to be anything positive for black people.
Why?
You putting it because it most of it revolves around a poverty mindset or a disadvantageous thing as to where it's telling you Johnny has 5 apples and Jaquan has 4 apples. How do we explain how fucking the white supremacist system gave Johnny an advantage by his whiteness, and then we do the subtraction and shit? You're adding things into it that within itself are problematic, and a mindset that all black people, for one, don't agree with, and then 2, does not promote or help the actual academic and educational process.
Why?
Critical race theory was problem. What do you mean why? Because what the fuck does
I'm gonna tell you.
your ideology of the theory of white supremacy have to do with mathematics? That's why.
Well, if Johnny
what does oppression have to do with mathematics?
Because Johnny started out with 5 apples, and I started out with 3 apples, right? But in order to be successful, you have to gain 5 apples, while understanding that Johnny started with 5 apples. So how do I have to move and present in the earth? So when I hear it, I'm like,
to do with math.
No, he started out with 5. That's the math.
You as a businessman,
mm-hmm.
and with a business degree, understands that math has nothing to do with racism. Nothing.
No. The mathematical part
is the only part that matters.
Yes.
We're talking math.
The math is the advantageous aspect, right? The reason why the math is important because you can thoroughly, objectively understand the advantage. So if he has 5 and I have 3, 1, why did he have 5? How did he get the 5? If he didn't work for 5, then what work do I need to do to get the 5 to a person that never worked for 5?
Great. So how about what's the easy fucking counter and like flaw in that argument?
I don't know.
Now, why can't Jaquan have more apples than fucking Johnny?
That's what I was just saying though.
No, that's not what you're saying.
Yeah,
that's
I'm saying how do I get to 5? You see? Because 5 is still the barometer.
Exactly, it's just a number. So now you thank you for bringing it full circle and proving my point. Yes, it is. It's just a number because in mathematics only the numbers matter. There's no context in math, HAMP, other than the raw numbers. That's it. There's no context in it. Okay. 2 plus 2 is 4. It's not 2 plus 2 because and this and that. No, 2 plus 2 is 4. When you add all of the ambiguously racist shit to it, now it causes unnecessary confusion and things that have nothing to do with the subject matter. Now, if we're having a historical conversation and we're having some type of anything other than that, I agree.
So then why aren't people getting... Well, hold on. So then why aren't people getting the same money for the same jobs?
What do you mean? In what way?
Why are there disparities in compensation?
Where? For who?
People.
Show me the racial...
Women, black people.
Me racially where...
Why are the CEOs of particular companies, why are the percentages so high when it comes to white people?
Because of volume. Clearly. Volume.
No.
Simple.
No. Because
yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Here's the truth. Volume, yes. Nepotism, definitely.
Right. Still volume. Even if you want to use nepotism, because of nepotism exists amongst black people too, correct?
It's perpetual, though.
Nepotism exists amongst black people, too, correct? Shout out to Sean. Right?
Does it exist for black people? Yes.
Yes. So black people practice nepotism just like white people practice nepotism. I'm not denying what you're saying. You are 10,000% correct, HAMP, but it still comes back to the raw mathematical principle of what? Volume. So when you have a 5 times the number of people, even the same 2 practices aren't going to do the same based off of mathematical principle. You have 5 times the number versus the 1. So even with nepotism, right, you're going to have where we both agree, black and white people practice it. The white people are going to outnumber you every time just off of volume principle, which is mathematical facts principle, regardless.
You're ignoring one mathematical principle, and that's the principle of distribution. If you have 5 times the volume of a thing, but it represents 10 times the top 1%, you've essentially discovered that there's an unfair distribution among the top 1%.
Yeah.
Well, no. So now we have to do the same thing that we did when we talked about per capita in the police stops versus police encounters, right? Mm-hmm. So now we have to go to the people that obtain the necessary credentials and degrees at that upper echelon in the upper level, which are going to decrease for black people and Asians and everybody else and so on and so forth because of you're up in those levels. So when you do that and distribute it properly according to that, not just the flat, 13%, the 60-something percent, and we know the percentages shrink as you go up higher, it is going to be the same.
Yeah, you took us back to nepotism with the alumni associations and stuff like that, where daddy is the CEO of a company and is funding this school's operation. Now that kid
matter not.
There you go.
Yeah, but Mr. Fantastic. Here's the point, right? The conversation we having, right, is the point why that conversation to be had with young minds is important, even if the outcome is no, race doesn't prohibit you, right? Even if the outcome is that. You can't eliminate this conversation from happening, right? Because history proves that race has something to do with a whole lot of shit for a long time. So it's simply saying, don't remove critical race theory or perverse it from what it initially was, because the conversation has to be had.
No, I completely and totally disagree, and we're product of that, and it shows that
What you mean?
the way that we were taught without critical race theory is clearly more advantageous and more effective because we had better grades, we had better literacy, we had better retention of the knowledge without all of this extra shit added into it. Once you start adding things that have nothing to do with the core purpose of the lessons principles, this is what gets confusion, and this is what causes things that or has an impact on retention of the information. Math is math.
The issue
math is math. Hold on, just real quick. Math is math. When you start adding things into math that have nothing to do with math other than fucking numbers, 1, 2, 3, 3/4, fucking postulates and formulas and fucking Pythagorean theorem, once you start adding all this extra shit into it, what do we understand? Especially in nowadays and time. It's harder for people to retain the information. And it's harder for these children to decipher what's important and what's not important. So now your kid is coming home telling you about racist shit and they still can't count and they still can't add. Fuck.
Okay, but when you bring up CRT, part of the issue is we should not be trying to just single out Black history. Black history is American history. So just teach all of history. When you take the argument away, when you say if you're going to teach the history of the United States, that includes Black people, so Black history should just be incorporated into American history.
But that's always been the case, Tiff, and to the point we still have Black History Month. So even in our history books, you didn't just learn about fucking Black history in February. You had things and facts about Black history about American history that included Black people that came up outside of the month of February, Tiff.
Right, but CRT isn't even taught K through 12th grade. That's an elective
that's untrue. That's another myth that's been disproven. It was taught. That's why we had the pushback on it in Florida.
Okay.
The example I gave you was one of the examples that were found here to the point of where it existed. It was taught through K through 12 schools. That's why they had to push to remove it.
It wasn't taught in K through 12.
Tiff, I literally just gave you proof, and I could literally find sources, and people have found sources, and people have read it on the Congress floor and on the state legislature, proving that what you're saying is false. Now I can't speak for Texas, but I can tell you for sure in Florida that the text included CRT ideology, and the reason why they fought to get it removed.
Okay, so I think I would like to see it, but I also wonder if with the CRT, like you said, in Texas, it is an elective, and it's post K through 12. So like if you wanted to go into African American studies, you would do that in secondary. You wouldn't do it. I don't know, en masse. All I'm saying is instead of calling it critical race theory, why are you not just calling it a part of American history? If you're teaching
about what Black people wanted to cause.
But do you understand my point of if it's just taught as American history, it's American history. Black people are Americans.
Yeah, and Tiff, I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is that your beef with them would be with Black people because Black people came up with the terminology for it. Critical race theory is a Black concept and a Black ideology, and that's who made it. So that your beef wouldn't be with the people trying to eliminate it. It would be with the people that created it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was one thing that, as you can see, we had the conversation over, right? So there's people that think it's important. There's people that think it's unimportant. We're saying the opportunity could be changed or withheld from it being removed if those athletes did what the NAACP is asking. And I'm just simply saying we got the audacity to be talking about what the NAACP did or didn't do when we do a whole lot of shit for people who ain't do shit for us. So that shit don't make me no difference. No need for me to admonish the NAACP when the Republicans and Democrats don't do shit for y'all.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. So and I agree with you completely and totally, which I don't even think Black people outside of the Democratic Party again promote, and that's only and as you say all the time, Hamp, that's only around every 4 years, right? Niggas don't even vote in the primaries and for Congress and things like they do for president and then local elections, right? Mm-hmm. I think you did the numbers one time, Hamp, and what'd you say it was? Mm-hmm. That participated in local elections?
Oh, I think it's like
it was less than half. It was less than 50%.
Yeah, way
right?
less.
So what I'm saying happens is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were 10,000% correct about, I guess, neither party doing anything for. I agree. My thing is understanding that the NAACP is an extension of the same thing that's done nothing for us. That is why I say it's okay. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I said, okay. I see.
So being at the NAACP is an arm of the Democratic Party. That is why, and they get to hide or parade as if they're not, when clearly everything that they promote is in line with Democratic policy and principles. You see what I'm saying? So that's why. Because now you get to say, oh, well, we aren't Democrats, we aren't politicians, we aren't this. Well, okay, well, why are you guys only promoting Democratic politicians? Why are you guys only supporting the Democratic policies, even when those Democratic policies have put the black constituents at a disadvantage? Remember Chicago and how and Chicago and New York, where they were housing these people, giving them people that had to wait, black citizens that were on waiting lists for housing, and they motherfucking cleared out hotels and rented out hotels to give them fucking illegal motherfuckers that should even been here a free place to stay. Right?
That's crazy.
Same thing in New York. Right? They were giving X amount of dollars on not only just like SNAP benefits, but cash benefits, So NAACP was in support of this. So that's why we got beef and should have beef with the NAACP. They are, even for the people that they're the only people they're requesting and asking to ever do something, they haven't done shit for us. And we should stand 10 toes on this shit and make it evident. Hey, until you start doing your fucking job and doing right by us and actually giving us something and at least fighting for us for real, outside of just being an arm of the same Democratic Party and acting in the interest of politicians and policy, no, we're not doing shit for you either. Not gonna do it.
Yeah, now when you say the extension thing, now that resonates. If that indeed is facts.
It's true. And again, like I said, when you see NAACP, like if you go to their website, both of them, they literally do not specifically say that it's no longer just for Black people. And a lot of the push for the past, I would say maybe 10 years, has been immigrant based. And that's one of the reasons why Black people are so disillusioned, because you've not done anything like in the last, on top of all the money that they've earned. I think they've only given $11 million in scholarships. So it's what's going on with the money? Like, what are you doing? Because had they had something where they said for the past 5 years, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this, it would be easier to ask an athlete to not go to SEC schools. But that's not what's going on. And that's my only thing here. It's like, you have to have tangible results and you have to have a plan in asking these kids to go to a different area. And then what's the outcome of them going to a different area? Because them not being in the South is not going to make the Supreme Court reverse. That is a Supreme Court decision. What are you going to do to get to the Supreme Court to ask for a different outcome? What are you going to do to ask for voter rights? What are you going to do to either sway Congress to say, hey, we need to introduce new legislation? You've got to have some type of plan that should have been on either website so that you could cite what you were going to get for this. There's no plan. You're asking for someone to sacrifice something when you're not explaining the benefit outside of what, okay, we get to boycott.
And shout out to Tiff for saying this. I'm glad it's Tiff saying it, right? So I guess I'm less of a coon for stating this. Again, this is another slap in the face, for having a presumption that Black people don't even have the understanding of how this works, as Tiff so eloquently just stated. Bro, this is a Supreme Court decision that's been made. Ain't no boycotts changing that. For this shit to be reheard or whatever, and the appeal process or whatever, I guess, to go through, so on and so forth, this is handed down by the highest court of the law, saying that the interpretation of or the way that a law is written or so on and so forth be understood this certain way. Same thing with like Roe v. Wade. When I was telling you that, we're going to reverse Roe v. Wade. How? How are you going to reverse Roe v. Wade while all the justices that were played a part in it, you know what I'm saying, getting changed, are still on the board? I think RGB might have been there, but I don't think she was active because she was damn near dying or something when it got passed. But either way, 99% of the members that were on it, and they played with the intelligence of black people as to where I can promise you something that I cannot deliver. Right. This shit it's just disrespectful, and it's a spit in the face. So now we're gonna ask these boys to do something for what? Because it's literally an impossible feat to fucking do unless, you know, in some, you know, act of God, all fucking 9 justices of the Supreme Court, you know, expire and they're replaced by, again, with a sitting Republican Congress,
right,
Senate, and President to be replaced. That's what we're saying, Hemp. It's all this stuff is just downright disrespectful, man. If you really get down to the minutia of the shit.
All right, let me read these real quick. AL with the fight out says, did anyone ever think actively court the candidates that they be voting for? The district change is already done. Make sure we're on the agenda. DJ Villawap with the fight out. The Jewish people created and founded the NAACP. Turn on the AC now with the $5. Salute to the brothers, man. Make sure y'all go like, share, and subscribe to them. They almost monetized, so do your thing. You know what I mean? Somebody drop their link, please, so they can get to where they need to go. Turn on the AC with the $5. Says Obama dedicated his entire post-presidency to redistricting. Turn on the AC with the $5. Says look up the Maxine Waters Employment Preparation Center. What's that? AL with the $5 says for your information, more. FYI, more. While districts are being changed, they have us as the face of this. How about asking them to participate? And yeah, with the $2 says, why aren't we putting money into both sides? Bees with the $10 says, what Jasmine Crockett did is keep up the same system. Net worth when elected $29,000. No be around 8 should be No be around 8 million now. And yeah, with the $10 says, the biggest problem I see is that it's all reactionary, and now we need to jump. With pro-action, most of this isn't an issue. This is to protect inept leadership, even if it's reverse, gets them out later. Even if it reverses, gets them out later. Okay. Kelly Bev with the $2 says, Black history is not CRT. Worldwide Wells with the $10 says, we are learning today. Salute. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. So, I don't know. I could see that, you know, we always ask this question. Because we see what's happening in the earth. We see there's a few copycats. We see how much support people have when they are anti-black people, you know, even in the lows of the lows in terms of like the dude Chud or whatever the case is. But we see... And then we see so many black people talking about why you getting mad and all this other. I can't stand that foolishness. But what would we ask for? You know, like what would we actually need to happen for black people as a whole? Like, is there anything?
Yeah, you need an economic plan. You need to look at revisiting the judicial system to finding equity and fairness there. You need to address redlining. You need to address loans. There are tangible things that we can ask for.
Redlining?
That is redlining as far as your property, or like how we talked about eminent domain. There are specific things that happen to some particular areas that need to be addressed. Just like right now, the data centers that are going in particular areas, it looks like, what do you call it, economic race, or not economic, environmental racism. You need to be able to say you can't just dump data centers in black areas. You need to be able to say that there are specific needs for black students in education that have to be addressed. And then you need to ask for legislative things where you go in, because if we had legislative bills, had they passed the John Lewis law, this would not be an issue. This would not be a problem. I don't think we've been allowed to ask for things since Obama. And ever since Obama, like people were scared those 8 years, like, oh, the first 4 were, oh, don't let them do anything. Don't let them get killed. And then, oh, don't let them do anything. The last half, we don't want to make them look bad. What do we get from that? Because they passed LGBT stuff. It got passed. Like you can pass gay marriage, but you can't pass a Voters' Rights Act. Like, nah. At this point, Black people have to be active with voting, but we have to demand things for our vote. Everybody else is getting something for their vote. Like you just said, the Jews get something for their vote, or the Jewish, as we should say. LULAC and Mexicans get things for their vote. The only people that are asking us to vote and get no tangibles would be the Democratic Party. They literally are saying, just vote for us because we're not the only people. I'm not a Republican. No, that's a wrap.
Wait, what are we asking for? Redlining? What you mean redlining?
No, I said economic programs.
Like what?
Education programs.
Like what? Like what?
Which economic meaning being able to get small business loans. That right now, the small business loans that they were able to get that were just allocated to Black businesses, that went away. Specifically in Texas, I think there were 100.
No, it didn't.
In Texas, there were 115 loans that were specifically advocated for Black women and Black women specifically. That is gone. Like you said, Florida's different. I understand because our old representative, Ward West, is trying to get those to come back. There are certain things that have been eliminated that only affected Black businesses.
Yeah, but then Tip, like I said, then we have to understand. Well, I want to say understand. I want to say understand. Then we have to differentiate between state level and federal level, right? Because Trump expanded a lot of the things.
Wait, hold on, Ms. Fantastic. Small business. I don't see that, Tiff.
Go to Ward.
You can get. I'm saying you can get a small business loan. Like you can get.
No,
one.
there were business loans that were.
But I'm saying, why do we need a specific one? Why do we need a specific one?
Because we're underrepresented.
But I thought we started the most businesses per capita.
Okay.
We did, right? Remember, we started the most businesses per capita. Black women, hey, that's what they say. So and again, that's a whole other thing within the thing to where now, and again, Tip, I'm not saying you did this maliciously or intentionally. Black women don't believe that they're Black people. Black women want shit that's exclusively for them, and then everybody else can get what the fuck they want that's left.
Wait, what?
I mean, Tip just did it in real time. Tip didn't say, "Hey, man, Black people, Black women is
at Worldwide
hold on,
Worlds,
Tip, you got your whole shit off.
Donated $20 through Super Chat. We need financial institutions. A major credit union. W/1000s of locations. The Chinese don't vote.
So salute the Worldwide Wells with the 20 ball says, yeah, so if it's a $20 donation or higher, it's going to read it out. So just wait for a second. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me just read it because y'all was kind of talking. Hold on. Worldwide Wells with the 20 ball says, we need financial institutions, major credit unions, with thousands of locations. The Chinese don't vote. Okay. But that would come with so the Black banks need an investment.
Yeah,
but that would be those already exist, and we don't bank there. The same thing with HBCUs. So Ham, this goes to your point. You can't ask for a Black this, Black that, and then we don't fucking support it. We just did the Black Wall Street thing 2 weeks ago, Ham?
Yeah.
So we can't be we need more Black this, we need more Black that, and you niggas keep running to the white man. You can't have it both ways.
Hold on, I got one more thing I gotta read. Hold on, real quick. Dad, salute to Thad in the building, been a member for 12 months. He says, Dems have to do better, but as a Black Southerner, the GOP will never get a vote from me.
I don't think that's fair though. And that's the thing, like you can feel a particular way. Like we have to come out of this political ignorance because if John Cohen or Ken Paxton.
Why can't we go one by one? Pardon? So when we're saying the loan thing, right? We got thrown off because of the $20 super chat. When we're saying the loan thing, I'm just thinking about it. Were those loans used effectively, I guess from my estimation, if we started the most businesses, it sounded like people took advantage of them. You know, we laugh about the PPP stuff, but it looked like as though black people had fair access to those things. When you look at opportunity,
but all them niggas getting indicted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there was access to those things. When you look at opportunity zones, those are in areas convenient to us in terms of proximity, right? To where you can flip that money, your capital gains. So I'm just looking like, have we been barred from those things? And I'm genuinely asking. Opportunity zones are literally convenient to us. So I'm asking.
Yeah, like I said, Hamp, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
No. So that's what I'm saying, Hamp, and I see it as there's a whole lot of aspects of things, but like I said, Hamp, I just learned about SBA loans, I think last year, right? I think it's a lot of ignorance to the programs and things that exist, right? And people are listening to, and this is why that rhetoric is so dangerous. Oh, they're going to take away your voting rights, and you're not going to be able to do this, and they bring it back Jim Crow and all these different things and so on and so forth. And because black people are beholden to the Democratic Party, they take everything they say as gospel without actually doing the research or verifying, right? So a lot of these things, man, like you said, it's plenty of opportunities out here, but people just haven't done their research. And they listen to the rhetoric that's telling them otherwise because of the Republican Party that things aren't available to them that clearly are.
Okay, so I think the only other thing that I would put on there, Hemp, is maternal care, just the disparities in the health, the way that there's a disparity in, especially for Harris County, how many black women die in birth, how many issues that they're just the mistreatment and the medical malpractice that black people that we go through, that would need to be addressed. So I say economics.
So real quick, we'll stay right there.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people are ignorant to that fact or not, but there is disparate care depending on economic what's the word I'm looking for?
Income. Based on your income.
Yeah. So like
your economic status or level. Yes.
Yeah. So like as an example, right? When we were having the twins, we went to Northern Virginia. I don't know if you know anything about Northern Virginia, but it's a very affluent area, right? Mm-hmm. We lived in PG County, right? And the county was, so, but the NICU, the NICU for infants is the top in the country in Northern Virginia, right? So we planned, right? That's where our OBGYN cohort was at that hospital, and then that's where we went. But we had the opportunity, the means to do so. So here's where it actually goes to. Whose fault? Who's thinking about the kids before they get pregnant? Who's thinking about their circumstances before they get pregnant? And then when I get pregnant in less desirable circumstances, I'm saying it could be, but the people, right? The parents making this decision, And then we want this level of care where it never existed. You see, it never existed at the same levels based on based on income level.
Pull it up. Black women are 3 times more likely to die from.
What about? What about? Cause now I'm being serious now. It talks
about regardless of a mother's education or income.
So you're saying that regardless of the education or income, it's still what it is.
Please ChatGPT. Like that is one of the issues. Like one of the things that happened with Serena Williams, she got a blood clot. She almost died. She has money. The same thing happened with Beyonce.
She die?
No, I said, what are you talking? Okay.
Well, what I'm saying is this real quick. What I'm saying is this is that she had a blood clot and didn't die.
Didn't die. Something that will probably kill most women that caught it. So Tiff, just listen. We're not trying to what's the name. So what he's saying, Tiff, is I'm pretty sure in that case had a woman that wasn't at the financial level of Serena Williams had the same thing occurred, she wouldn't have made it, is what he's saying. So Serena, and I'm not saying she did it as a dog whistle because it actually happened to her, But Serena tells that story, and then black women get the "I'm every woman's disease," as I say, and see, look,
Can you just
see.
pull it up
But it
in
helps Hamp's
ChatGPT?
point. If you just real quick, listen what we saying. Listen what we saying. Even if that case, and what I know for a fact, Tiff, even if you pull up ChatGPT and it says that, I promise you that 90% or the vast majority of the women that die from it are at the lowest economic level, is what we're saying too. So even though they're going to tell you it may be higher, whatever, but then too, you got to look into genetics, diabetes, obesity, higher blood pressure, all these different things. It's medical things too. It's not just it's not just racist. They ain't just killing black women on the table, on the pregnancy table. Again, it's more dog whistle shit that we do, bro, that do us a disservice. Because Tiff, what we should be doing, hold on, Tiff, what we should be doing is telling black women this: hey, look, first and foremost, you should be planning a pregnancy. And then while pregnant, you should be watching your weight, you should be eating healthy, you should still be working out, you should be getting proper prenatal care and all these different things. Tiff, that I think, Ham, and I'm just off the top of my head, the number one reason for birth complications and death is poor prenatal care.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere, somewhere at some point in time, and it's just common sense. So if you can't afford the baby before the baby gets here and taking care of your own body while the baby's inside of you, what do you expect once the baby's on the way here?
Yeah, the bullet.
They show a bias in medical school. That is something that needs to be addressed. Black maternal health care is a serious issue for Black women. And you ask one of the things, a tangible that you can ask for. You can ask and have.
Okay, but Tiff, we're having a discussion about the things that are being named. You see, so when you're naming something, now we're just minding through it. That's what's happening.
But we're
not discounting it.
It was where you said, "Oh no, it's the economics," and it's like, no, the money part and the education part, you still have a disparity.
That's the one thing so when I pulled it up in ChatGPT, the first two things they mentioned were income and access, right? And oftentimes those two things are pretty mutually exclusive, right? The better the hospital, the more expensive, the nicer, they have more shit too, you know? So like when I go to locally, if I go to like the urgent care or my doctor, they got to send me somewhere else if I want to get a what's
exactly.
that? You know what I mean?
A specialist or
a
specialist or
because they don't have the tools. Like, so I had to get an EKG, right? But I had to go to a different hospital that was better in the Woodlands because I had to do a active EKG that they couldn't do. You see, we got to have more
on
shit,
the treadmill with
better
the
shit.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that just kind of I think that's linear. You know, linear logic.
No, but Hamp, again, like I said, this is why these discussions are extremely important, bro. Because if and when we don't do this, we do a disservice. Because the politicians, bro. Listen, bro, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about y'all, man. Okay. All right, all you motherfuckers that had to take a flight between now and Christmas, y'all should be like, fuck Congress, especially the Democrats, because the Democrats held up the shit. That's why TSA couldn't get paid and motherfuckers was quitting, and you had 5-hour waits and lines in the damn thing because they wanted fucking rights for who? They wanted laws for who? Illegals. Illegal immigrants.
Yeah. So what I'm doing, what's up, Kelly? So what I'm doing, I'm just trying to see how well we can vet the thing that we're asking for. And what I'm trying to make sure is that, how culpable are we in the failures of such things? Like Industrial Bank in Washington, D.C. is fucking terrible. But I have a savings account there because... Is that a black? Yes. I have a savings account there because I'm supposed to. But the online system is Snoop Dogg shit. It's barely open, right? The drive-through is never open. You always got to go inside. Just these little inconvenience things to a very convenient world. So I'm just looking. So when we look at the maternal thing, now there's one thing, Mr. Fantastic, that I did cite before. The obesity rates between white women and black women is like 4 percentage points difference. However, the mortality rates are 15 percentage points difference. And so when we do pinpoint, the unhealthy, they're just as unhealthy, I would argue. Because the margin of error, Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 or 5% is acceptable in margin of error.
Yes, it is.
But the mortality rate is 2 times higher, 3 times higher almost. That gives me cause for pause. Right? In terms of, she fat, that's why she you know what I mean?
This man said, yo,
gave up the ghost, right? It has to be more than that. He not. I think he doing something. Go ahead. I'm done.
So the other thing is just having access to care, right? If you don't have the hospitals available and that's done with federal funding, and mind you, I know what you're saying as far as the economic part, but if you have an issue where the hospitals are not even there and you need critical care, that's another thing that will put you in a really bad situation. So I'm just saying, I understand it when you talk about the economics and how you should receive better care because you have access to better doctors. But we just see the disparity with that is just not true. And then again, when you had the show, I listed criminal justice, right? You listed the show about the things that were considered to be violent crimes, and then the crimes that white men were doing and the different
sexual deviance,
yeah. Why is even that needs to be addressed?
Where are you going? We still right here.
Okay.
We still right here. So we looking at maternal, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's even black men are treated better?
I don't think so. No, I think y'all get diagnosed with cancer and stuff almost to a stage where it's much later. But also black men don't
that's because we ain't getting our prostate checked.
Right. So then you can't compare that to black women.
But you can't, but that's the point though, right? Because remember, Mr. Fantastic was saying the lack of prenatal care and concern, right? Finding out things later because we are not being intentional when we having our kids, right? See, all this snowballs. So I know what's going to get me, Tiff. Prostate cancer. It ain't what, bro. I'm not dig up my ass for what? Fuck that. Gotta die from something.
Oh my God.
But you see what I'm saying though? Niggas be thinking like that. And then also we irresponsible with our health, right? All jokes aside, we're irresponsible. And so it would be literally the same argument.
I don't think that's the same with maternal health care. I don't even think comparing it. It's not the same.
Why?
If you're pregnant, okay.
No, man, I'm asking why. Right? Take the emotion out of it.
I will ask this question.
What where'd he go? He's still here. Where'd he come from? Oh, we can't see you. I thought you dropped off.
Oh, my shit went out. So let me.
That Android
my
ain't
video throwing
shit.
up. I was weird. I don't know. My bad.
God damn, that Android ain't shit. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. But it's the same, Tiff. It's the same. If I go right, Aaron, when we supposed to go? When we 40 or 50?
40. Yeah. Yep.
We supposed to go when we 40?
That's what they say. Yeah.
Let me ask me if I got an appointment.
I already know.
Right?
No.
But then they say, HAMP, you stage 4. Oh, man. The fuck? Duh. Right? Same thing applies. Right?
That's not the same.
Better to dig a hole in the ground than up the butt.
Irresponsibility is what we're pointing out, Tiff.
I understand, but that's not the same where we saw, I think it was 2 women, like just back to back, that were sent from the ER that they were at the hospital trying to have kids. And they were like, one lady, they said, you're not far along enough. The other lady ended up having the baby almost in the waiting room. There is something going on with maternal health care for black women, and it needs to be addressed. And that's not you not taking your vitamins. If you went to labor at the hospital, you should receive the same level of care, regardless of your race.
How do you get to the hospital with the baby damn near in your lap?
She had sat there for 3 hours. They didn't service her.
Why?
It was a medical match because she was black.
So they left her in the weight room because she was black.
You can look it up. It's a story that happened here and here. You got it, Calvin. It happened in Dallas County.
Hey y'all, it's the same principle, but I see what Tiff is. Huh?
I was saying for my kids, I was in the hospital like 2 days.
Okay, but you were being treated, right? That she wasn't sitting in the emergency room for 2 days, right?
No, we got admitted because we knew the baby was coming. Because Callie, I mean, I probably know more about this than y'all. But when the water breaks, it's not like on the movies.
How would you know more than
how you gonna say that? And
I had a kid.
Anyway,
how many kids you got? How many kids you got, Tiff?
One. How many times did water break him?
All right, then. None. So we even. Okay. All right, so we good then. And Callie, you don't got me beat either. Go ahead.
Yeah, but okay. I know about the water breaking, so you know.
So wait, does it happen like on the movies, Callie, most of the time?
No, it drips out.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
It doesn't gush out.
Go ahead. Come on, Callie. You're going too far, but you ain't have to say gush, my nigga. See? Grow up. Go ahead.
But I see what Tiff is saying. You can't be misdiagnosed as being pregnant, right? I understand what you're saying on the high level. It's about the responsibility in taking care of your health, right? Including prenatal health and your prostate cancer. I think a more one-to-one comparison would be breast cancer versus prostate cancer, because then you go ahead, you get checked out. It's like, oh, I got stage 4 breast cancer, and then you finna die in like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? That's not the fault of like the doctors or anything like that.
Let me ask you a question, Cal.
They didn't miss it and anything like that, right?
Let me ask you a question. Tiff, did you say that she went to the emergency room?
Yeah. She went to the emergency.
But
what's wrong with that?
Yes,
that's where you're supposed to go.
No, that's not how it goes. When you
are
have
in labor,
hold on,
you go to the emergency room.
No, you don't. Real quick.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
They should have admitted her when she got there. She should have went to the.
This is the problem. And this is the problem, right? This goes back to Mr. Fantastic's point. If your prenatal care and all your checkups is up to date, what happened was, hey, we're having a level of contraction. I think my water is broken, right? We called the OBGYN. You know what she said? Okay, I'll meet you guys there. And they admit you directly into that wing. No, the emergency room is not the path.
But they say you to go down.
Hey, Aaron, I tried to.
But you are correct.
Run! It's a stampede! DJ Ham, the stampede. DJ Ham, the stampede.
Parking in the ER parking lot don't mean you go.
No, you are correct.
Aaron, I told him I got more kids than them. They try not to listen to me.
More kids than everybody on the
panel. They tell you to go down to the emergency room. They tell you to go down to the emergency room. They do. So that's what I was speaking to. But you are correct. You do call your OB first.
Right.
But here's the thing.
Oh, I was saying the way that they did it is she was admitted through emergency. She should have been transferred to labor and delivery. They didn't send her to labor and delivery. They set her and they left her in the emergency room. She sat for 3 hours. And that's not the only case that happened. There's another lady that she was in labor and delivery and they told her to go home. She had her baby in her car. That's not the only story. When it comes to maternal health care, specifically when women are in labor, there is a disparity that has to be addressed. It just is what it is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's the whole they don't take your pain seriously because they think you have a higher threshold of pain and all that kind of stuff like that. So you're like, yeah, I'm at a 10. This is really hurting. This is bad. 100%. And like that, they be like, okay, you're gonna be all right.
So Cal, those are the speculative things right now. Here's where the rubber will meet the road with those things is because you're trying to control for implicit bias and you are trying to solve for intent. You see, those things are damn near impossible to do, right? And so the thing is, you really have to control the controllables, right? The situation, like I saw the lady sitting there, I covered that, and she was sitting there by herself. See, that's another part. That,
She was her mother.
Like I said, by herself, and that's that's another part that we have to control that we don't. You see what I'm saying, Kat? We skip to the end when there's so many things in the beginning that we do, I'll just use the word incorrectly, and wonder why we get to the points where we in trouble.
Yeah, you got to burn for your own implications before you start getting to the nebulous stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it ain't 100% guarantee or whatever, but you know, because there's been several stories of the husbands going and complaining about the nurses not helping, like go in there and help my wife, and then you know, bullshit still happens. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it does. There is some preventative measures there for sure. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Cal, you know what I look at it like, right? And this is a very low level example as compared to what we're talking about, right? So, but just in terms of trying to do my best to use an analogy. The whole car buying process, the whole mechanic process, right? Who takes people serious for what? You know? And so I'm just the probability to be taken more serious as a couple and a married couple at that, I would argue increases.
Oh yeah. Big time.
So I'm just thinking about the things we can control, right? But we just do things haphazardly. And I'm saying we, because this is right. She didn't get pregnant by herself. But we do things so haphazardly, and then we be like, damn, y'all got to help us. Well, we fucked up 6 times before we got to the end. Maybe, am I being too harsh?
No, I don't think so.
What you think, Tiff? What would the legislation even be, Aaron?
Right. Yeah.
I came up here to talk about the Voting Rights Act thing, right? No, I did, and it's more so not down into like the nitty gritty stuff or whatever with it, but on a higher level and how they chip away at it, right? Ha ha ha! Very funny, because this ain't about just black people. This is like period, right? So, because Voting Rights Act, you know, it protects everybody's voting rights. The thing is that they do it in incremental levels, right? So first you go on ahead and you gut the DOJ and being able for you to be able to bring civil rights complaints to the DOJ. So now you can't even file a complaint. Then you get down to the state level, you allow the states to go on ahead and do bullshit that they want to do or whatever, and they're going to be all finicky with it and all that kind of stuff. All right, you know what?
Nah, Callie, we just joking. We joking. We joking, bro.
I want to hear shit. I want to hear shit. When you want to go on ahead and do something, you fucking can't.
Psych. We joking. My bad. We joking. My fault.
Yeah, this ain't.
Go ahead. Talk your shit. This
ain't no joke though.
That wasn't even us. That was pride. That wasn't even me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the comments don't come up on the screen by themselves, Hamp.
That's Aaron.
Was not no damn Aaron.
I wasn't paying
no, I'm
attention.
saying, yeah, if you look at all these things within a vacuum and you don't look at the different steps it takes to go on ahead and get to these certain points, by the time you look up and everything, the shit done hit the fan, it's too late for you to do anything because along the way they have made all these different things legal and they set a precedent for it where you can't even file no complaints about anything. You can't vote it out because your vote's been diluted and all kinds of fucked up. I sent you a map too, Hamp, or whatever. If you check the TNBR IG, I sent you a gerrymandered district. There's no rhyme or reason why that shit looked like a daggone dragon. There's no reason why that district looks like a dragon. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. Both sides do it. Huh?
It doesn't make sense, that map.
Right. So when we say that they go on ahead and they are trying to reverse the bias. I mean, they're trying to reverse I can't forget the word that y'all used on it, but trying to put the fairness back into the districts and everything like that. Well, it was unfair to begin with, which is the reason why we got the law in the first place. So we can't say, oh, they're trying to reverse the unfairness that's taking place. Well, it was unfair from its inception.
Well, and here's the same thing, Callie, is the reason that they gave is they're saying you can't use the Voters' Rights Act that was based off of race. You can't district based off race, but you can base it off of partisanship. So you just said you're still practicing gerrymandering. You just took it from race to party.
Right, it's the same thing with what they did with the redlining or whatever like that. So now we can't redline you both based on race. We're gonna get all these parameters that fits the majority of y'all to fuck y'all up when it comes to like different places where you can live and everything. And then we'll just deny your applications off of that. We just rewrote the rules and just put another name on it, but it's effectively doing the same thing that they wanted to do in the first place.
Right. Let me ask you a question, Cal. If you were a politician or whatever the case is, like a senator, would you waste your resources? Would you use your resources on doing shit for black people?
What do you mean by waste my resources? You mean as far as Republicans going into these Democratic districts and trying to garner votes and win those districts over? You talking about like that?
Yeah, like you got a state as large as Texas, which does have the most black people. But generally speaking, like, would you, if you was a senator, right? Because Senate is 2 for every state, right? So you need everybody to vote, right? What do you focus? Do you push your efforts towards black people?
Excuse me. To garner more votes? Yeah, because you already have your base. You know how your base is going to vote. What you're trying to do is gain other votes.
What you need them for, though? Just go with the Mexicans.
In Idaho?
They're swing voters.
Yeah, that's when you go with. That's what I'm saying. Think about what you just said, Tiff. They are swing voters, so I would pinpoint them. Why pinpoint the niggas? There's not enough of them. Yes, only half of them vote, if that, and we know who they're gonna vote for.
So if you have 22% of black voters showing up, what you need to do is push more, try to get more black people to show up because so you can freaking win.
But that's the thing. Is it enough of them voting in these particular places to make a difference?
In Texas, yes. The lack of participation.
I'm saying most states. My bad. Most states.
Okay. In most states, I don't know because it kind of depends on what their voting population is.
No, is the answer. So I'm saying, like, why would people even focus on us? Why would they give us something? If 2053 is a study that everybody knows about, if the Mexicans are now 18% and we 13% stagnantly, even though we can argue, but like what? And then we're literally we're literally the face of bullshit. Why would I focus on this population?
Because they're still taxpayers. You should be trying to earn
pay tax regardless. No, that's not that doesn't work. But Tiff, a should argument, you should do it because they're people who pay taxes. I don't think that's a substantiating argument. I'm saying
you have to represent your people. You have to have an accurate representation. You are a taxpayer. It's not a should. We pay taxes just like anybody else. We should have fair representation. And part of that would be able to get your black constituents to show up and to vote for you.
Huh? Oh, you making like a feelings argument.
No, I'm not.
Well, you're saying that because they pay taxes and they live over there, you should placate to them. I'm saying, why would I?
I placate to your constituents, to people that...
Well, think about what I'm saying. Yeah. That segment.
You know what the word constituent means?
Yes, a person, a body.
Okay, so here's how you circumvent that, right? What you do is you decenter the black districts, absorb them into the surrounding districts, and now you don't have to focus on them at all.
Yeah.
Focus on the majority in that district because you done carved the black vote all up.
And that's what I'm saying. And I'm not in favor. I'm just stating the thing that is damn near the elephant in the room. Miss Aaron, why do I focus on the black demographic?
As a politician, numerically, I don't know why you would, if your objective is to just get elected. I mean, a moral argument and a logical argument could be two totally different things, and I think that's what's happening here.
Yeah, that's what I said. I apologize if I didn't mean to say emotional. Like, it's just no, I said feeling. Yeah, it is kind of like a feel thing, right? Like it just.
Yeah, but morals and feelings can really get in bed close to one another for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
hold on, let me read it. Let me read these two real quick. My bad. Freeman's Journal with the $5 says nothing happens positive in the aggregate for black people until they figure out how to get married. Politics, blah blah blah, useless. Pondering. AL with the $2 says, why isn't the NAACP encouraging opportunity zones? Yeah. West End with the $5 says, most data centers are in rural areas. The rural land is cheaper. They quote unquote are building a data center in Utah. It's half the size of Manhattan.
So that's the South Fulton, that's not rural. But go ahead.
Or Tennessee, Memphis. Like, what are you talking about?
I guess. Oh, it's not okay. I thought they're just building like Mississippi because there's just land out there that's cheap.
No.
You know, that is what it is, bro. Again, y'all gotta stop making everything racial. White people going through the same thing. They're interviewing a white couple. I think it's out in Utah, like you said.
Utah is the whitest. It's the whitest state in the country.
Yeah, I wasn't making it racial. I was making it rural versus city. That's all I was saying.
No, that was y'all. Well, not you, Tiff, but not you. I'm sorry, Callie, but Tiff was saying it was racial earlier. Black people. It's available land. It's available land for cheap that people don't own or people are selling. Right. That's another big part of it too. We never talk about that as to where most of this land isn't owned by the state or it isn't owned by the government. It's owned by individuals. And if you get Tesla or whoever these data centers come along and offer you millions upon millions of dollars for land that you aren't using, what you think these people are going to do? So that, again, the problem with that is understanding the data centers are the new Monsanto, right? So with you understanding and having previous precedent of how this occurred in a different industry, but the same fallout, why not start I guess lobbying for protections and lobbying for certain things when these data centers come to your thing, because it's inevitable, man. You're not going to stop these things because these people are paying people for this land, right? Or they're purchasing this land, and at the end of the day, it's going to get sold. But to the point of, no, you would not campaign, you would not make money, you would not do any of the things for black people, because black people have shown for our lifetimes. All of us are up here are under 60 years old, bro. I think what's the lowest point that we've ever voted for Democrat? Is it 80-some%?
Mm-hmm.
So being that the people and black people don't have to be campaigned to until right before election. It's not this ongoing thing, and you never have to deliver on any of it. So why would Republicans ever try to cross the line and start, getting money targeting a group of people that's shown historically to vote only one way, with no motivation, with no promises, with no anything else? It's a gamble on money you don't need to waste. You just now focus more money on your base, right? And then that gives you more research to see what they're asking for and what they want, and you promise those things, and it gives you more targeted. So then, Tiff, it brings out more of the voters that are already in mind with you or leans more towards you. A lot of times, it isn't a problem of just us versus them. It's turnout. One of the biggest things and the questions they had for Trump winning this year was they believe this past election, they didn't think people were going to turn out. They didn't think you're going to have enough people that actually might like Trump, but show up to actually vote when it's time to vote. So a lot of time it's not necessarily, it's more of the other side than whatever. It's how many people that actually follow you or agree with your things are going to show up.
But that's why I said, that is what I said, fantastic. And I can say this is another fail for the Democratic Party. If you believe that people were going to show up or you needed that, there was no drive. Even when you want to talk about Jasmine Crockett, I think that her campaign wasn't very good. I never got any kind of flyer, never got a text. I do believe, like I said, there's going to be, you snore on me one more time, they need to step out and try to recruit. And if not, again, you need to be tangible. I think that black people are the new swing vote because they've watered us down so much that we're square. Oh, hell yes. Areas that were squarely Republican they're going to become.
You couldn't tell me a good reason to vote, too.
If you don't feel like your rights as a tax-paying citizen, you want to pick who represents you, and not just at the federal level. You have kids that go to school, so you need to be able to pick out who the school district is. You need to be able to pick out how funds are done for roads, different zoning. All of that comes with voting. if you vote at your
heavy on the zoning
up to your states. Like the zoning matters.
Zone what?
What? The school districts, who shows up, how the funding goes.
What kind of businesses can be around your area? Just like, okay, so where I'm at or whatever, right? Nobody really showed up or whatever like that for these zoning meetings to prevent these Amazon warehouses from being right over here behind these houses. They go on ahead and they have, or not even just Amazon, but the different distribution centers for other trucking companies. That shit produces exhaust. They got one right behind the freaking daycare. People should have showed up at that zoning meeting to prevent that distribution center from being there. Because now you got to worry about what possible cancerous stuff from the kids breathing in the exhaust right next to a freaking daycare. And even if you want to go on a lower level than that, just the noise from the daggone truck stop. Period. You hear them trucks humming every daggone night. If you stay close enough to it, you know what I'm saying. If you stay on the tree line of where that distribution center is.
Yeah. Okay.
That kind of stuff matters for sure. That's why I said heavy on the zoning for real.
Yeah, zoning is good. That's a good one. So what else will we ask for, man?
The criminal justice reform.
For what?
You saw the disparity in like sentencing. You get the same crime committed by Black and white people. There's a different level. Like I believe the time that Black folks get sentenced is almost double, and that's the same crime. And you've done a show on that. Like these are stats that you are aware of. There is disparity in sentencing.
You know what, Tip, though? You fuck them. No, I don't care. I think that's one of the worst things that we campaign for when we know that it's less than 1% of Black people. Well, I don't give a fuck. Tiff, Tiff, you know how many fucking videos I done seen of niggas in prison playing PlayStation and playing tag and designing clothes and doing lives from prison? Fuck them niggas. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about criminal. Tiff, let me finish. You got your shit off. Let me get my shit off. We waste our interest in, again, from a logistic and just statistical standpoint, I don't give a fuck about a nigga's life in prison. Don't break the law. Okay? You don't break the law. I don't care. It's far more important things that we got going on than worry about less than 1% of niggas that get locked up. Don't care.
Okay, so you said it's far more important things. What are the more important things?
Education, mental health, as you said, businesses, financial literacy, financial training, infrastructure, right? Or not infrastructure, but what would it be for the neighborhood when it's
urban renewal,
community, urban renewal, things like that. Tiff, you know what they are. Why are we every time we come to this and we get promoted with some shit again that helps the very, very small percentage of Black people that don't benefit us? Listen, Tiff, we fight for niggas that's not gonna even be able to vote once they get out.
I still, two things can be true. I don't think there should be a disparity in sentencing. I also don't think it has to be a major focus. I did say my main thing is education, economics, and opportunity. Those are
going one by one.
We
was going one by one. We was going one by one. Yeah, the prison thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think that there's so much other things to do.
I get you. There's still technically, if we're all under the same legal system, there should not be a disparity in sentencing. Does it have to be a focus? No, but if it's one, it should be 1-to-1. Yeah. You don't get to more time just because you're Black. That is not okay.
Yeah, I just look. I mean, that shit, it yeah, I mean, I think it goes overall. We just don't take a lot of shit serious, and things that are unimportant, we make them important. So there's in DC, there's these things that has ANC commissioner, then you have obviously the council members, and then you have this thing called precinct captain. So it's just just smaller and smaller areas, right? And so I was a precinct captain for like a year, and you have to get voted into this position. And people very rarely go to any meetings.
I agree.
I lived in Ward 7, right? To Callie's point, and your point about the zoning, right? And the jail was in Ward 6 initially. But they voted to put the jail, in Ward 7. And it's literally just across the street, And the housing value exponentially increased in Ward 6 because it no longer has to claim the prison. Right. Ward 7 is upwards of 85-90% black, as is Ward 8. But now it has the lowest income, and it has the prison now. Right. And in that entire ward, 2 sit-down restaurants, one being Denny's.
Right. The grocery store, what do you call it? Droughts, where there are particular things that happen to people of color. And I think one of the things that we're not honest about is a lot of times when you talk about urban areas, like if that's where the majority of people live, then that majority of people are going to have some type of disparity. And one of the things all I keep saying is there's no taxation without representation. Part of why we've had battles is because if you are a tax-paying citizen, you have a right to have equality in the system. If all the roads are raggedy or none of the roads are raggedy, all the schools are now performing or none of the schools are performing. We have to, as Black people, like you say, be more serious, but you also don't get to disadvantage me just because I live in a predominantly Black area.
I say this, Tiff. I think we do bad by our kids, though. I just did a little like on Instagram. I had a thought, so I shared it. Mm-hmm. I would say most of the time I got my ass whooped, it was out of frustration of my parent. When I got a whooping, spanking, beating, whatever the case is. Uh-huh. Most of the time I say that my parent was upset when they whooped me. Okay. Which I think is an issue.
I agree.
And I got beat by a race car track, belt, extension cord, cable cord, broom, paddle, hanger. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think we do bad by our kids. When I'm mentoring in Ward 7 at Kelly Miller and Anacostia High School, right, which is the pits, Ballou had a 20% graduation rate, just to give you context, at a high school. The kids is coming there fucked up.
Right. I understand what you're saying as far as with the education. Even if you put more money in the system because the parents are inactive, then you're not going to yield the same results. And I understand that point. I think that's a fair point in that parenting and the school should be partners. My main concern is that if you have and we've had this when we did the AAVE, if the parent is inapt or the parent is not participating, we still have to do what we need to do for the student. You should not have to, but because these kids are going to matriculate into society, we have to give them the best education possible. Yeah, and I remember when you talked about your kids, you had your boys come up here, you talked about how sometimes the parents can get in the way. I can acknowledge that parenting has to improve and the way that we deal with our kids have to improve. I also can say there's no reason for Black schools to get the worst kind of books or leftover books. There's no reason why you have dilapidating schools in certain areas.
You know, it's not true, right?
What's not true?
That's the other thing, right? About this book thing and all that, right? When you got the cities, right, where about 49% of Black people live, no, the kids have the Chromebooks and everything else, right? It's the care. It's the care for these things, you know? Like, legitimately, how we treat things is lackluster. I'm just being 100% honest. Like, how we literally put trash in our own neighborhoods is something that needs to be studied. The fact that you live 2 doors down and you throw your cup on the ground, that need to be studied.
Okay. I don't disagree.
You know, like, think about that. You know?
I understand.
Oh, and my pet peeve: people be driving their trash to the dumpster at the apartments and everything. They forget the trash is on the roof, and then they just go on ahead, drive down the street. Now you got trash going all the way up the street. Mm-hmm. And somebody got to come by and pick it up. You know what I'm saying?
Like
go
ahead, sorry.
I get it. No, I understand what you're saying. Like at the baseline, why would you invest in an area that people don't take care of and maintain?
You know what's interesting, Tiff? I have pushback for everything that's been offered based on the baseline of the things we can control. See that if I can say that playing devil's advocate, I'm not the only one that notice it. I would argue that the people with the influence power that we want them to placate to us notice the same things.
I understand. I understand it, and it's hard for me. It's hard to have any pushback to that. That I can't explain. I don't understand it. And to your point, I wonder, even in just talking this out, it would behoove us to fix our own issues so that they have less control anyway. So that if you're controlling the schools and controlling your neighborhood and self-policing and taking care of particular things on your own without government assistance, it really wouldn't matter who's representing you, because these are all things that we could fix.
Yeah,
which is why we need to put a distance between formal education and AAV that's equivalent to the size of 2 solar masses.
Mr. Aaron, we come on now, Mr. Aaron. I understand what you're saying. But I don't think it's anything wrong with, like Dr. G saying, I don't think there's an issue with you having a home language, but the emphasis is on home. So I think
there you go, my dear. Thank you. That's it. We don't right, because what Hamp was saying that the people, the movers and shakers, how are we being viewed as a represented? You know what I mean? How are we representing ourselves to them? And when you start crossing those lines and boundaries and putting that into the system that they're going to end up having to fund anyway, they're going to be like, this is misappropriation of funds, damn near. Nope. But so as long as you see that, then that's all I wanted. That's all.
And that shit, those two things really don't work. And this is different, but it's an analogy. When I was coaching, there was one uncle that was like, make sure you do this, right? So the kid come to practice and tries. I said, who told you to do that? Who showed you to do that? Who taught? Make sure your uncle pick you up. I had to tell his uncle, listen, I don't know what fucking any given Sunday movie you watch, that shit don't work. You don't coach nothing. You don't give them no advice. You understand? Because all you're going to do is get them put on the sideline. Because you can't listen to all that instruction, you know? And so I see how it can be counterproductive. But I just, overall, you know, like I always say, I don't think a lot of people genuinely take us serious. And I never see a part of history where people gave a fuck about us. So at what point do we tap in? Like Callie said, you look at different cultures, you can take certain things that are good, right? That they do well. The one thing I think the Asians got right is say, get your money up, own your shit, right? Come together, and then you can legislate where you live locally. You know what I'm saying?
But that was a practice from Black Americans. I think what happened is hold on.
Them motherfuckers don't vote, and they get what they need when they want it.
And to your point, I think what happened is instead of us building and maintaining our own things, we integrated into a system so deep that now it's going to take some work to pull ourselves back out. There's no reason why a lot of Black communities stopped investing in their own communities. That is an area of opportunity. But what I'm saying is the baseline of that is they saw Black people have success. I know we can talk about systematic oppression. We can talk about what happened with Lake Lanier and Tulsa and other things. But in 2026, I think that we have to not make that necessarily. It's still a viable argument, but it doesn't say anything with us not investing enough within our own communities. There needs to be a refocus on investing in communities and then making sure that people are holding themselves to a standard once, because you can't build a community and other people tear it up.
Other people?
No, meaning, which mean no, we would have to self-build and self-fund. There's no reason why we can't take care of things and build things. I don't think that Black people are lacking that in any way. And even if you don't necessarily live in a particular area, you can still support in some small way financially or, long distance. You can still help in building and creating Black neighborhoods and increasing Black wealth.
Go ahead, Aaron. You say something?
Yeah, I was just saying, you're pretty much saying that we have to strive to get it in the family, and once we do, put that energy into keeping it in the family.
Correct.
That's what the Chinese did.
Yeah, the key is family.
I would agree with that. Right, the family. Right, there you go. I would agree.
Yeah, the family shit is uberly important, man.
Yes, sir.
You know that's the start of most of it.
Yep. Yeah.
Being responsible and what's the word I'm looking for? Being responsible for other people, for one another. You move differently in the earth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think that it permeates throughout your behavior, generally speaking.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, man, I don't know. I just know people don't take us serious, man.
We're not monolithic, and that's the problem. Because when you become a monolith, your strength in numbers, moving towards one goal, gets to be realized, right? Gets to be utilized. When you're not monolithic, there's too much of an opportunity for you to fight against yourself, or be influenced from the outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I was going to say we need to be more community minded, and not in the way that, oh, we're all black, so we're all a community. No, I mean, like, you know, what you value and all that kind of stuff like that. That kind of community.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Focused. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then mutual resources. That's the other thing, is we have to commune much smarter. We have to, even in the voting aspect, like how we used to have souls to pose. What a lot of people's like, oh, they took it away. It's like, no, you can still carpool your neighbor. You can still make sure, hey, I'm going to vote today. Did you vote? I'm going to, this so-and-so is up on this ballot. We all need to get out there. Or him, to your point, okay, we got to get to city council because these are the things that they're saying they're going to do with these funds. And we need to ensure that we get our cut. I do believe that we all have to be way more active in politics, policy, and then asking for particular things. There are a lot of areas of opportunity where Black people have to show up way more.
And y'all stop doing shit like taking yoga as a major.
I'm offended. Yoga is a phenomenal major, sir. And we need wellness. You need healing. You need people to be in all kind of modalities.
See what I mean?
Because what do you mean? As a yoga instructor, my education has paid off greatly, sir.
See what I mean? Stop taking yoga as a major or dance.
No, we need more diverse things.
No, I'm saying yoga. Get that shit out of here. Dance. Get that shit out of here. African American studies. Get that shit out of here. We need to do things that's gonna turn a fucking profit. We don't have the luxury to do shit that make us happy. Happiness is fleeting and self-serving only. You need to be competent in something that you can indeed pour back into the community, like y'all been saying. So what does that look like? You see?
So right? If you major in history or you get your, it's a lot of criminal justice people, but say you get criminal justice as a major, you do yoga as a minor. Like why can't?
Because what's the dropout? What's the completion rate in school?
You'd have to tell me, or we'd have to look it up together.
Yeah, what's the completion rates, Mr. Fantastic? What's the completion rate?
Completion rate for what?
Like graduating college.
Oh, less than 24%.
Come on, man. No, you don't got time. You think somebody gonna be a double major? You think they're gonna be a major and a minor? Hell no, they can barely get through the major.
Yeah, so, and criminal justice without, again, a lot of these degrees without the superseding thing is pretty much, I won't say it's useless, but it's nowhere near fulfilling the potential of what it costs to get it.
I think that going into STEM is a focus that we need to be on. I absolutely believe in that. Like even with yes, like we should be pushing young people to be in STEM. We have to.
Yeah, and there's
and let me say this yet again. My bad. Go ahead.
I was saying I don't agree with doing that. We saw how when Everybody like, oh, get into IT, get into IT, get into IT. Now we done flooded the market. We flooded the market with IT shit, and then all these graduates they couldn't get no daggone jobs when they graduated. So like, we basically doing a rinse repeat thing. I would say that what we should do is diversify more. You know what I'm saying? Get into your trades and stuff like that. But just to go on ahead and do this big push for STEM shit. Well, that sounds awfully familiar to me.
Well, what's
and
STEM?
I'm cool on that.
I thought it was science, technology.
Yeah,
that's STEM.
Yeah, so STEM.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
Yeah,
so the problem with that.
There's a deficit in engineers.
My bad. Go ahead, Hal.
No, I'm just simply saying that it's 4 different things, and an engineer also has its own 4 different things, and mechanical, electrical, right? So this is far more vast. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Even then, STEM,
and furthermore, with us understanding, my bad. Go ahead.
I would say even then, STEM would account for 95% of the developmental aspect of your trades, right? All your trades are going to be extensions of STEM, or the operating extension of STEM.
Yeah, 100%. Like the architecture, right? Now you need the electrician after they do the plans
and the plumber and the carpenter,
and
right? Yes, sir.
Yep.
Well, how come everybody, when they talk about STEM, all they talking about is AI and computers and shit?
Computer engineering, electrical engineering. There you go. It's still STEM, right?
Yeah, that's what everything's shifting over to.
It's popular.
Well, no, I'm saying they don't never talk about the other stuff though. They don't. All they talking about is like AI and computers.
You're gonna ask Aaron.
Well, and those things are very, very intensive. When you start talking about, fucking physics, astrophysics, and fucking nuclear, fusion and shit like that. That's very, very niche and extremely,
lucrative.
Low. But what's crazy? What's crazy is nuclear is about to blow up. Everybody's talking about AI, but nobody's talking about nuclear energy, which was going to be booming. So again, that's guaranteed pay. That's like crazy pay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
new technology.
Another big thing. So the number one thing black people need to do, and it's the simplest thing in the world to fucking do, but niggas hate it, right? Because it involves a white man. All right, just get your ass in the military 4 years. If you can motherfucking go to college for 4 years, waste your fucking time. You're not gonna graduate on time, no way. 24% of y'all graduate. Take your ass to the military. Do those same 4 years. Within that 4 years, if you want to, and if it's all right, you can either complete a degree or start the completion of a degree. You're gonna get the Montgomery GI Bill. So that means you get out, you want to continue going to school, you're gonna pay to go to school, and most importantly, you're gonna have the VA loan. Okay, and then a number of other opportunities and things that are presented to veterans, even from a business standpoint. Right? So yeah, more people need to fucking join the military. More black people, black boys specifically, because all those things we're talking about, be it STEM, be it whatever, you get a trade. Okay, not a trade you have to pay for, one that's paid for you and trained to you by the United States government, which every Fortune 500 company accepts, right? And they actually, you get a preference for veterans preference in a lot of these jobs.
All right, nigga, they paying you? They paying you?
Hell yeah, they paying me.
You know what I'm saying? To promote this shit. All right, we got it.
Well, no, I'm doing it for niggas. But hey, it is what it is.
We got it, man. We understand. My boy just got his master's for free, essentially. He used his, what's the thing where you get the house?
VA loan.
VA loan, man. Shit. He did. What'd he do? Yeah, 4 years. That's it. 4 years. In and out, man.
Well, no, VA loan is a house. No, he used his education benefits.
That's what I'm saying.
Chapter 33 or some other
That'd
shit.
be the GI Bill.
I'm saying he used
both. Chapter 33, one or two.
I was simply saying he used both. He got the VA and the GI, and he made the most of it. He actually works in IT, and he elects to be a contractor, and then he has his, level whatever 100 security clearance, so all of that stuff, you know what I mean? So no, we definitely see it.
If that's what he did in the military too, like it was in the IT field, then a lot of that training is going to transfer over into credits with the GI Bill. If he paid for the kicker, that's a master's free. and that's you going into the military with a high school diploma.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Out the gate.
I don't even know where the hell he went to undergrad at. Now that I think about it, I think he did 4 or 6 years. He's in the Army, so I think it was a part of his job for sure.
Yeah, that would knock out 50-60%
Yeah,
of
that's
your
another
undergrad
big thing too.
experience.
So that's another big thing. Even though you don't want me to do the promotion, some asshole told me that wasn't the case. And a lot of these schools, they are the equivalent of college classes, college courses. Just like for me, your basic aviation, electrical wiring, and stuff like that, so on and so forth. Those are literal college credits. So you get these trainings. These aren't just certified military trainings. They're collegiate level courses that are accredited, and you get credit for on your transcript for when you do enroll in college.
And they overlap. Like Fantastic could probably get credits in electrical engineering and aerospace engineering.
Yo, and this shit be so simple, bro. Look, like people think this is a sophisticated process when it really isn't, like transferring credits and getting your credits approved. Yeah. You sit with an advisor, and that advisor just literally has to go, okay, that one goes here. Simple as shit. When I transferred to Elizabeth City, right, from URI, and they say, I took fucking animal science, right? This shit was like, how many stomachs do cows have? Or some shit. I then put that as biology when I got to Elizabeth City. Yo, the advisor I had, Mr. fucking Chang, I think his name was. And he's like, okay, so this one. And I had a C- in something. I said, come on, Mr. Chang. Because technically only C, like a C would or would not cross, just depending on. And he put that shit in there, and that I'm just like, I walk out dying laughing. I done took what the fuck, where do eggs come from, and made it biology. Like, it was just that simple.
Yeah.
But people be so nervous in these situations, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be trying to, like one of my guys, he was trying to buy a car. This is his first time buying a car. He nervous as shit doing the paperwork. I said, they want you to buy a car, nigga. This nigga acting like he going to court. I'm like, relax. You know what I'm saying? But people be so ignorant, you don't be knowing.
But don't that goes back to like mutual aid in the sense that like being able to have somebody like yourself or Mr. Aaron that when it's time to make certain decisions, you should be able to say like, hey, I know you're part of the 100 and plus male thing, but if you had it locally to say, all right, you're getting ready to go to college, you're going to go meet with these people, and let's talk about some different alternatives. I think that's one of the things when you talk about not preparing our students or our kids is not having the proper people advise them. And it may take for somebody else to say like, hey, don't get your basket weaving degree. Here's some of the opportunities. Here's where the things that we can kind of look out for. This is some trajectory, and then make the decision from there. Like if you're a horrible student, you might need to just go to trade school. Not to say that there's anything wrong with the trade. You may not, like the 4-year thing, just a lot of what we're doing right now is not working for us as people. It's just not. And I think if we don't clean it up, then the 2053 will come. I would like for us to prevent us being on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I think a part of that comes with voting, but it also comes with mutual aid. It also comes with taking care of the community. There's not one particular answer. There are going to be multiple layers of how we have to kind of work our way out of it. And I can agree to Mr. Fantastic's part. I don't think just the Democratic Party is the solution. I think that people should have to earn our vote. And if the Republican have a better program and better things that are going to serve the community, then you need to vote with that, the second party. I do believe that our votes have been, for the last 60 years, if not wasted, definitely taken advantage of.
Yeah. Our job with the $5 says it is not the land with the data centers. It is the resources needed to operate it. Higher electric bills and hoarding the water resources to start. West End with the $10 says the data center being built in Utah is 40,000 acres. It will use 9 gigawatts. That means it needs its own nuclear water power plant. This is a U.S. issue. Black/white. Memphis isn't an anthill compared. Memphis is an anthill compared to that. West M with the $5 says, when we lose the only God can judge me mindset, then we can build that mindset. Then we can build. That mindset has to die first. We need shame back into the community. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Listen, man, I know people moving about and all that. I know people is off today, so God bless. Make sure y'all go enjoy yourselves. We've been here for 3 hours and 14 minutes. We did our job today. You heard? I hope y'all enjoy. We had some fun. Aaron and I been enjoying these libations. You know, salute to him. Salute to my father. Salute to all the people who put in pain, man. God bless the dead. You know, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Sandy's up there too.
I know, but it's the Marine Corps' birthday. That's why I was pinpointing. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, boy, I'm telling you, staying in your lane will always be beneficial when I'm cooking. But yeah, support the Mr. Fantastic. Why they let this big ass get on a boat though? I never understood that.
The gangways and stuff are so small and tight.
I'm saying, bro.
The berth in there, the sleep in there, all of it. Yes.
Didn't he say
better than no submarine.
Didn't he say he had a boycott on the boat too, Aaron?
Yeah, I did.
Imagine this big ass nigga holding a boycott on a boat, nigga. Like,
yeah. Because he didn't want to get the jab. So yep. Damn.
That nigga, boy. Callie, any final thoughts?
Great show, as always. I'll see y'all in the Discord.
Indeed.
Later on.
That's a fact, though. Tiff.
Great show. Got tired of you punching, but you know we do what we do. Yeah. I windmilled my best today.
You did all right, man. Make sure y'all go tune in to Tiff. Tiff go live on Thursday at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? Tiff be cooking up, especially with this politics shit. So if you want to learn more, because that's where I get a lot of my info in terms of just the facts about it, and then you make it interpret. You know, you formulate an opinion after you have the information. So I really appreciate that. So if y'all tune in on Thursdays at 3 p.m., Tiff be cooking up, man. Know what I mean? Mr. Fantastic, any final thoughts?
Yeah, man. Hey, again, happy Memorial Day for all of those that made the ultimate sacrifice, all those great things, so on and so forth, bro. Outside of that, don't do shit for the NAACP. The NAACP ain't doing shit for you. And hey, man, join the military. Just saying. That's all they're gonna save a lot of people. Is what it is.
Aaron.
Yes, sir. I'll keep it light. This was a very fun show. It was really fun watching DJ HAMP masterfully get Mr. Fantastic and Tiff, something that I never thought I'd see before, actually get together and fight towards a common narrative, and then kick their ass, and then turn around and have them fighting against each other. That was great. That was awesome, and it was a pleasure and an honor to be the sideshow Bob to your Krusty the Clown during that effort. That shit was hilarious. I loved it. Replay gang, watch it. It was great. But no, great show as always. Still a lot of great talking points were addressed. I've learned. I hope you've all learned. Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to some of my favorite people in the world up here on the panel. It was great being up here with y'all. I love y'all.
For sure, man. I just checked Tiff friends on Facebook. Mr. Fantastic was in there, so they bonded.
Word. That's what's up. That's what's up
today. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Yeah, I love them both. I love them both, man. You know what I mean?
Word is born for sure, man. I love y'all, man. I don't got too much to say, man. I had fun today. I got a nice little buzz. I had to slow down a little bit. My wife, she wasn't feeling good. They just came back in. They were supposed to go somewhere, but they came back in too early. But I'm feeling, and I'm saying feel a little bit selfish because I wanted them to stay out even though she's not feeling good. Because I was going to grill up this one steak for myself, but now I got to grill and make chicken wings too. So we might just go to Chili's. Fuck it.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I might just take the kids, go to Chili's. You know what I mean? The kids have fun anywhere. So.
Word.
But yeah, man, join the Discord. Get your tickets to Atlanta. Hit up Miss Atlanta. To get your tickets to Houston, man, we got a hell of a card. Hit up Mr. Fantastic. He might got a discount code. He might not. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna have a ball, bro. I'm trying to tell you. This is gonna be the best meetup yet, for sure. For sure. So yeah, man. Jump in the Discord. Have some fun. Get your tickets to Atlanta. Get your tickets to Houston. God damn, bro. That's terrible. June 25th through the 28th. You never leave Houston on a Sunday. All right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.
Oh, we can kill all this. We can kill all this. Say like, do you want to be next?
Anytime you ready, baby. I was supposed to be there.
Ooh, I'm with it.
I'm
with it. We can do it.
Knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. He hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Man, dude. Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.